70. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
When it comes to prescription medications, it's essential to apply safe practices to protect your health and safety. To avoid misuse and abuse, never share or borrow medication. Keep your prescriptions out of the wrong hands by storing them in a lockbox and disposing of medication properly. Finally, understand your prescription information. Don't be afraid to ask your pharmacist and doctor for help. And if buying prescriptions online, be sure to use VIPS accredited pharmacies. Learn more at awarerx.org, a public service from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy Foundation.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Laura, the guys really went to town on that leg of lamb.
Yeah, thanks, Amy. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it.
Something's wrong. I know you too well.
Jim's company is cutting his salary, and he may even get laid off. He doesn't think we'll be able to afford the mortgage.
Oh, Laura.
If you think you may be in danger of foreclosure, call the National Foundation for Credit Counseling at 866-687-6322 or visit mortgagehelpnow.org. That's mortgagehelpnow.org. This has been a public service from the NFCC.
We got out of Washington State, and I think a week after, state went on lockdown for COVID.
So then when we transitioned to Texas, it was very much so like, what are we going to do now?
Operation Homefront has allowed our family to make something of ourselves again in the world after military.
It's completely changed the way our life is. It took us from a hopeless situation, and now we're homeowners. We have a savings account. I'm the first one to own a home out of my siblings.
Visit OperationHomefront.org to learn more.
At the YMCA, finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why and get involved today at ymca.org for a better us.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. Presented by AARP Foundation with support from United Healthcare.
12:30 a.m. WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
Clermont County grand jurors are indicting Bethel Police Chief Chad Essert. Essert was indicted yesterday on 56 counts of sexual battery and 14 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. Prosecutors say the chief's crimes were committed between 2005 and 2010 when he worked as an instructor at the Young Marines and while he was a teacher at Scarlet Oaks in Sharonville. Monroe Township Fire Chief Greg Lang is stepping down. Lang was recently placed on administrative leave for the second time in 6 months. The first time came after an arrest for domestic violence, but Lang returned to work after being acquitted of the charges. Officials have not said why Lang was placed on leave for a second time. Cincinnati firefighters are mourning the loss of one of their own. Ryan Zwick, a 12-year veteran of the Cincinnati Fire Department, died yesterday after a fight with occupational cancer. Zwick, a crew member on Truck 35 in Westwood, was 43 years old. The Reds open up a 3-game series tonight at home against the Diamondbacks. Cincinnati is looking to bounce back after a rough road trip. First pitch tonight at Great American Ballpark is 7:15. I'm Heather Pasco on 1230 The Buzz.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
The Lincoln Ware Show is on.
In 3, 2, 1.
Now.
Right now.
Than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Lincoln, Bobingan, Bonana, Pineapple, Fingan, Feet, Fine, Momingan, Lincoln.
They say this cat Lincoln is a bad mother. We're just talking about Lincoln.
Good morning, Cincinnati. Welcome to 1230 WDBZ. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station, the Lincoln Ware Show, till 1 o'clock this afternoon. It is Friday. Yes, and the weekend is here. And they always go very fast. The weekend, before you know it, it'll be Monday morning again. I'm telling you. But, once again, let me remind you, we're at Glenwood Gardens. Glenwood Gardens for the walk on Saturday morning. So make sure you don't show up at Winton Woods. Yeah. Make sure you don't show up at Winton Woods. Glenwood Gardens is right there on Springfield Pike behind the McDonald's. Just head up on the side of McDonald's and you'll see all the signs. And that's where we'll be on Saturday morning. We start walking at 8:30. Yes. So look out for that. They're having their Kids Expo. That's what they call it, the Kids Expo. And it'll be mass people over there at Winton Woods. So if you got kids, you might want to check them out. Check it out over there. It's supposed to be pretty good. All kind of things for kids. Maybe I'll get somebody from the park to talk today. We'll see. Let's see what else is going on. Man, oh boy. Let's get to the sort of the timing of all this is kind of suspect. The report of the racial disparities in police stops here in Cincinnati. Yeah. So, I don't know. The timing of all this is suspect. The city says they didn't have anything to do with it. The people didn't contact them. They weren't a part of it. But who knows? Who knows? It comes during the 25th anniversary of the Timothy Thomas shooting. And you had Stephen Roach and all that stuff going on. And then Then, of course, Timothy Thomas was the 15th black man killed by Cincinnati police from 95 to 2001. And that's when the protests started and everything. At the collaborative agreement. And here we are back to square one. It's back to square one. They're still doing the same stuff that they were doing then, according to this report. Cincinnati police officers stopped black people 3.4 times more than white people. Black pedestrians were stopped 5.4 times more often than white pedestrians. Black people were stopped in vehicles 3.2 times more than white people. Yeah. 2.1 times more likely to be searched than white people, 1.9 times more likely to have force used against them than white people, and 1.8 times more likely to be arrested than white people. Yes. Now, who was doing all this stopping, frisking, and arresting, using force? Who was doing all this stuff? Did they break it down by police officers? And I understand, I think they're going to release the names of the officers on Monday. But I can almost guarantee you, I can't guarantee you, but I'm taking a hunch that a lot of those officers were probably from Elder High School. From Elder High School. It just passed down generations through generations of police officers from Elder. And their mindset. They have a certain mindset over on the west side of town when it comes to policing. And they never lost it. I don't care how many generations you go down, they're all the same. Those Elder High School graduates, they're all the same. They look at black folks differently than anybody else. If you don't believe me, give me a call at 749-1230. Or if you do agree with me, you can give me a call at 513-749-1230. But if you break it down, I'm sure it'll come down to a lot of those officers from the west side. But I don't know. It could be more black officers. Who knows? It could be more black officers doing this stuff. I don't know. And if they're black officers, the odds are they're not from Cincinnati. They're not from Cincinnati. There's a lot of police officers now in the Cincinnati Police Department, black officers that are not from Cincinnati. Not from Cincinnati. I'm telling you. I don't know them. They don't know me. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, but yeah. This report is very interesting, and the timing of this report right before we've got a whole lot of black folks getting ready to come into town. You got the music festival, then you got like 10,000 Omega Sci-Fi cues coming in. The timing of this is very suspect. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to accomplish releasing this report? And why did they do it without the acknowledgement of the Cincinnati Police Department? Well, I guess when you do stuff like that, if you tell them, then they'll say, don't do too many stops. They're watching you. Be careful on this. They could warn these officers and to, tighten up their game. I don't know. I want to get your comments on this report. And I think most people who lived in Cincinnati all their lives are not surprised by this. But if in the white communities, there's not as many arrests. It's mainly where is a high concentration of black folks where you're getting all this stuff, I do believe. I don't know. I don't have the answers, but maybe you do. At 513-749-1230. But the timing of all this stuff is very suspect. Yes. And we won't have the mayor in. I don't think he's coming back in here until We're going to take a summer vacation from Ware and the Mayor on hiatus until maybe August, I think. I'll have to look on here and see. Maybe August, September, when Ware and the Mayor will return. So be ready for that. But all summer long, we'll be on vacation from Ware and the Mayor. How about that? All right. And still working on getting the city manager in here. Yes. There's ways to get her in. There's ways to pressure her to come in, but I don't want to do that. I want her to come on her own. I don't want her to come with any pressure. No pressure from here to get the city manager in. I tell you who I got to get in, and I'm going to make that phone call maybe between breaks to get him in here maybe one day next week, and that is the chief of police. He hasn't been in here since he became chief, and we got to get him in here. He's not happy with this report either. He's not happy with this. And could this report be the nail in the coffin for Chief Fiji and her lawsuit? Because apparently all this stuff happened under her watch. So could this be something that favors the city of Cincinnati?
Yeah, but that culture happened before she started.
Well, yeah, the culture it's been there. It's been there. That revolving door of elder graduates into the police academy. Yes. So we'll see. We'll see. That clears the mayor from answering any questions about any of the incidents that might happen this summer. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know. I just got the call and says, let's just, not much happening at City Hall over the summer. The budget will be done and all that stuff. So we'll be good to go. Good to go. All right. So we'll see. But, my next two things to work on is the city manager and the police chief. Police chief it's a slam dunk. That won't be a problem. He's already told me. He just give him a call. And I'm going to do just that.
Here's what you do, Mr. Ware, to get the city manager. Offer her a Lincoln Ware Walking Club shirt, and she'll come running over here.
Yes. And by the way, you got your shirt today.
Man,
thanks
finally.
to
the first lady of Walk and Talk. She reminded me.
Yeah, that's why I say, listen, I'm Team Sharon. I'm Team Miss Sharon. Thank you, Miss Sharon.
She said, don't forget Terrence's shirt. I said, oh, that's right. She said, put it in your backpack now.
Thank you, Miss Sharon. I appreciate you.
And I put it in there, and you got your shirt.
You earned your bacon this today, Mr. Ware.
You got I think it says 4X on there, right?
Yeah. I was like, man, that's not enough X's for me, Mr. Ware. Not enough. You got to crank it up.
All right. We got you taken care of. We got to take care of the real Terrence Howard. And did you get that cut from the request line?
Yes, sir.
Okay, look, folks, now, when you call the request line, and I'm trying to put you on the air when you request your song over on 100.3. But some people, all it requires, hey, my name is Joe Blow. I live in Avondale. I want to hear the Dells. I want to hear the Temptations. Get ready. And that's it. That's all it requires. Folks, I have a lot to do. My job never ends. Listen to what a simple request, listen to what it can turn into.
Hello, Mr. Lincoln. This is LaTanya calling again for another request. This week, I'm thinking Foster Silver's Misdemeanor. But if you don't have that in the lineup, how about some Peebo Bryson, Love May Never Come Again? I think that's the name of it. Reaching for the reaching for the stars or reaching for the sky, something like that. But I know it's Peabo Bryson, and I think it's reaching for the sky, but in memory of Peabo Bryson, reaching for the sky. Okay, so misdemeanor, Foster Silvers, because you know he passed away on May 30th. You probably already knew that, being that you're the music man and all. But yeah, either of those two. But if you don't have those two, you know I got something else too. But anyway.
She had to laugh.
Talk to you soon. This week is June the 13th week. So Sunday Soul Classics will be on the 14th. All right? Bye, Mr. Lincoln. And tell your wife I said hi. I was the girl standing next to her down at the Reds parade last year, not this year. All right, bye.
Just your name, the song you want to hear, and maybe your neighborhood. I don't know.
So I'm watching the clock, and 30 minutes before the audio ended, she was like, "Oh, see you soon," and then she started back up again. And then she's like, "Talk to you later." Then she still had 15 more seconds left.
Oh, boy. I tell you, some people just love to talk. Some people just love to talk. But I don't have time to hear all that. I just need to hear your name and the song you want to hear, and we got to move on. I don't have that much time between songs on Sunday. There's 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and the people are singing. So I don't have that much time. Oh, boy.
So what you're saying is, Mr. Ware, you want to place those on air right before the song,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So trying to make it a little more personable.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I can't do that if they're going to give me a whole talk show. That was a segment on this show. All right. And by the way, the number is 513-679-6028 if you want to make a request. Whew. And by the way, that guy from Chicago, when I hear the first syllable that comes out of your name, this is some guy, I don't know who he is, but he says he's calling from Chicago. But when I hear the first syllable out of his name, I hit delete. So I don't hear any of the stuff you're saying. You're wasting your time by calling, trying to dog me out. I hit the delete button as soon as he calls. Unbelievable. So don't waste your time. Whew. All right. She had to go until about 2 years ago. Oh, yeah, I was standing next to your wife 2 years ago at the opening day parade.
I'm sure Miss Sharon remembers that.
Yeah,
too.
right. Just like I remember the girl that used to have the black dress on out at the Apple back in 1974. I remember her, yeah.
Of course.
I ran into somebody and they said, "Don't you remember me? I used to have on a black dress and I used to dance over." I'm like, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I do remember you. Yeah. And I just keep it moving.
It's tough being you, Mr. Ware.
It is tough being me. It's tough being me. All right, we want to talk about the racial disparities in the police department, a nursing home patient's death, and the alleged cover-up leads to a $12.5 million verdict. Yeah. And you got to watch these nursing homes. You got to be on, if your parents or somebody's there, you got to be on top of it for sure. Because sometimes they get mistreated. And if you're not popping in there every day, your relatives could be mistreated in these nursing homes. Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. 1230, The Buzz.
Every weekday, 1230 The Buzz has you covered. Let's go! With new
Is Lincoln talking about the Chicago cusser? That is dedication with those daily calls for damn near 10 years. Yep. I was standing next to you 3 years ago, but I was standing next to a lady in white. No, I haven't. Really? I have to give him a call. Hit my Am I off? Cut me off.
Destiny. We surrender all stress and doubts, all anxiety and worries, all misbeliefs and misinformation, all anger and hatred, all fears and trepidations, as well as all challenges and victories to your divine wisdom and infinite power.
Vernon Jordan said, give her my burner phone number. I'll talk to her. Oh, geez. Yeah, folks, all I need is your name and the song. And, I mean, if you want to throw in your neighborhood, that's fine, too. That's all that's necessary. 10 seconds. Boom. Oh, gee. Most songs have like 10, 15-second intro. And you would help me out a whole lot. You would make my Sunday Soul Classic Sunday afternoon go a lot easier. Lincoln, don't you remember me? I shook your hand at Kroger when I saw you back in 1988. Yes. Oh, boy.
Lincoln, this is BJ. I would like for you to play Leaving Me by the Independents for the Sunday Soul Classic. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Perfect. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, she just called me. She just called. That's what I'm talking about. She was quick, told her and said her name, what song she wanted to hear, and that was it. Sunday Soul Classic, and she was gone. Perfect. We don't have to do any editing or anything. Just run it raw. $679-6028. You called it the other day, Cam. Didn't I play your song from there? 679-6028. Oh, God. Okay.
Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Right now, I'm walking around the house with nothing on but the Lincoln Ware Show.
$12:30 WDBZ, the buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you on a Friday. And guess who's celebrating a birthday Sunday? And we haven't heard from her in a long time. I don't know what, she can't work her phone or something. Miss Louise will be 96 years old. Can you believe that? Miss Louise, 96 years old on Sunday. And I don't know what's going on with her phone, but her daughter-in-law or her son need to tighten up and get that together so Miss Louise can give me a call.
So she doesn't still have a landline?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with Miss Louise, but at 96, it's tough sometimes. At 96. Anyway, let's go downtown to the Crime Stopper headquarters and check in with my good friend, Detective Tiffany Green. How are you today?
I'm good. Good morning, Lincoln. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. The weekend is here.
It is.
Yes.
It's gloomy today, but yeah.
Yep. What's going on with you? You say you going to an event this weekend. Other than that, just chilling out, huh?
Yeah, I have a really good friend coming into town, and so, yeah, just spend some time with her, and, yeah, get out a little bit.
Okay.
Nothing major.
All right. Who are we looking for today?
Cincinnati Police District 3 is looking for Rodney Behannon. Mr. Behannon is wanted for felony strangulation and misdemeanor domestic violence and misdemeanor criminal damaging. On June 7th of 2026, during a domestic dispute, Mr. Behannon struck the victim with a closed fist multiple times and threw the victim to the ground, then choked the victim, making it difficult for the victim to breathe. The victim sustained multiple injuries. Rodney Behannon is a black male. He's 30 years old. He's 6'2" and 160 pounds. Rodney Behannon has no known criminal history and was last known to live on Williamsburg Drive in the villages of Road Hill. The Blue Ash Police Department is looking for Shauna Barnett. Miss Barnett is wanted for felony theft. Investigators say Miss Barnett took merchandise from Kroger's without paying. Shauna Barnett is a white female. She's 45 years old. She's 5'1" and 135 pounds. Shauna Barnett has a history of forgery, theft, and falsification and was last known to live on Gloria Drive in North College Hill. Listeners, if anyone has information on where police can find Rodney Behannon or Shannon Barnett, please call Crime Stoppers at 513-352-3040 or submit a tip online at crime-stoppers.us.
All right, 352-3040, night or day, cash money for clues, and we'll talk to you Monday.
We'll talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Unless I run into you and your friend out and about over the weekend, so
Okay.
I'll be everywhere. You know what I mean? So you may run into me somewhere.
Always.
All right, we'll talk to you. Bye. All right, that's Detective Tiffany Green, and she's on the scene at Crime Stoppers, 352-3040. All right, we might as well take a break before we come back. We've got Vernon, Brent, Pharaoh, Bill, all holding on. Lincoln Ware, it's Friday, and we got a lot going on. 12:30, The Buzz.
Cincinnati, want to stay plugged in with 1230 The Buzz and get the inside scoop sent to your phone?
That was Miss Louise on that, walking around the house with nothing.
Wow.
Oh,
Who
boy.
said that?
Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
See, they thought I was perverted. See?
Oh, boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Jerica, settle down. Live with the Jerica. Jeez. She's still complaining about YouTube. Get your friend in line, Terrence.
Jerica, it is what it is, buddy. Best friend. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, geez.
This decision came from the top.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable. Miss Louise. I let some of my some of my bourbon slush, I pulled it out of the freezer and let it melt a little bit, poured me a little glass full in her honor yesterday. Yes.
And you were knocked out, huh?
Yeah, it hits you hard, let me tell you.
And then Miss Sharon cranked up that AC. You didn't feel nothing.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
He was sitting over there on the igloo.
Somebody said, if I see Tiffany Green in person, I'm going to holler to get those digits. Oh, boy.
I think she's single. I think.
But is she ready to mingle?
Could be.
She's single, but is she ready to mingle?
Could be. You won't find out till you ask her.
Lincoln, you should grant Pharaoh an exception and let him talk every day since the rec center ghosted him. They didn't ghost him. He's got a meeting set up next week. Yes. He's got a meeting set up. I'm with Jerica on this. I will never get over the buzz going to this horrible platform. Oh, boy. Oh, come on. It's nothing. Hey, just like Stephan, it's here and ain't nothing you can do about it. Oh, gee. Somebody said, hell, Pharaoh's been calling every day since February. Jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, it's the week after next? Okay, we'll find out. He's on hold. I'm sure he'll tell us. Was that you that called in, LaDonna? Was that you on the request line? Because she doesn't know anything about the review and she can't talk about that. So why ask her those questions? I wasn't about to ask her that. How do you know, LaDonna? You know everything. You do not know what goes on behind the big closed doors, LaDonna. Oh, LaTanya. That's right. You're right. It wasn't LaDonna. It was LaTanya. I'm sorry about that, LaDonna. Call the Dukester to order now at 761-2300. That's 513-761-2300.
If you need to talk about it, we're here.
Get on up.
1230 AM WDBZ, your talk station.
Did the Pharaoh call yesterday? 1230 WDBZ, the buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. I don't know. See, these days go by so quick. It just almost seems like he called yesterday.
The days have been going by quick. I don't think he called yesterday.
Okay. All right. Just checking. But anyway, let's go to Vernon. Hey, Vernon, how you doing today?
What's going on, brother? I think he did call yesterday because he was talking about that teaching that Afrocentric garbage that he likes to teach.
Yeah, but that was the other day when I had the superintendent in. See.
Okay, maybe
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. These days go
together.
by. It goes by so quick. You can't. It seemed like it was just yesterday. Anyway.
Yeah, and anytime I hear him talk, I tend to blank out for a minute and I have to come back to reality.
But Pharaoh normally he normally follows the rules. I mean, he'll call in and talk to a guest one day, and then he'll call back the next day if it wasn't on. But he usually follows it pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He takes an Afrocentric approach.
Yeah. How does that help a kid get a job? I don't know. You can't apply those things and get a job in America, so why the hell you want to teach me something about Africa?
Yeah.
If I'm living in Africa, I'd be interested, but if I'm not going back there, I need a skill in the United States of America because that's where I live. I ain't got time to be worried about what the hell's going on in Africa. But that's just me. But the reason I called was you talk about the traditions of the Cincinnati police. Now, when I was growing up, Lincoln, I was one of the first black families to move in English Woods because English Woods was built for poor white people. So we knew nothing about that side of town.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have basically a class where your elder had a class where they taught them how to become police officers, and then they become police officers and they go into District 1. That was like where they assigned rookie officers back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You're only going to run across black people.
Yeah.
So it's like, not only did you set up a tradition that was set to fail, you also put those officers in a situation where they didn't know what the hell they was doing because they never were really around black people.
Mm-hmm.
The last, I give you a great example. The last time Western Hills beat Elder in a football game was back in like 83 or 84. That's when all these black kids was being sent to that side of town through busing.
Oh, okay.
And we played for, you got a lot of those kids that played for the Tomahawks and Little Red Machine and all that were playing football. And beat Elder, and why there was so many black kids playing there. So it's like, you can't say my police department is raised, trained, and everything else around nothing but white people, expose them to black people, and don't think it's going to be a problem. And a lot of people have lost their lives because of that training and that history that the Cincinnati Police Department is raised with. Even when you get a cop from the suburbs, you got to train them on how to deal with black people.
Yeah. That's why, it's going to be kind of difficult for the state patrol to come in and police over the Rhine,
They can never do that. Me being as a truck driver, I will tell you, I've dealt with the Ohio State Police, State Patrol, they have a totally different mindset of dealing with things. They come in at a whole different way, talking to you, neighborhood policing, all that other stuff. They're not on that when they pull a car over. So you can imagine when they have to deal with somebody without the car.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go in on 10. Why? They don't deal with this. They're ready for a prison riot and stuff. They're trained for that because that's when they call out the troopers when there's a prison riot. Well, a protest isn't a prison riot. So a lot of that goes back to training. But when it's a historical thing where all you do is pull over black people, that's the only thing you're seeking. Because I see stuff all the time out here where I live, and they don't get that much attention.
Yeah.
I give you a great example. Y'all running a thing right now in the news where the police chief in Bethel is a rapist.
Yeah. He was arrested down in Florida.
Yeah, he pulled over one of our drivers a couple of years ago, and he was going to take it to court. He goes to court out in Bethel, and they're like, well, the chief gave him the ticket, and he's in court, and then he wound up, paying the ticket or whatever. But he was like, I wish I would have known he was a rapist.
Right. Yeah.
Because he had to go to court over getting a ticket 5 miles over speed limit.
And he got away with it all these years, and, man, I tell you.
And he's looking at over 230 years in jail and all this time. And that's how I'm saying. A lot of stuff that these white folks do, you don't hear nothing about it.
Mm-mm.
But let a black person do something and all hell breaks loose. Just like this orange jackass in the White House. If Obama would have did one of these things.
Yeah. It would have been.
They would have burnt the White House down.
It would have been, I mean, he couldn't, like you say, I keep going back to this, but he wore a tan suit, and they made a big issue out of it.
So,
Get over a tan suit.
Crazy,
Come on, give me a break.
I'll see you tomorrow with my girlfriend.
Okay, okay, Vernon. Thanks for your call. I would definitely have a talk with her. Okay. All right. Thanks for your call. Unbelievable. Of course, if you listened to the show last week, I told you this would be the week that Elon Musk will become a trillionaire. And boy, they entered the market this morning, and man, he will become a trillionaire today. And boy, I tell you, if you want to compare, just think, a stack of 100 bills worth $1 million stands just over 3 feet tall. Scale that up to a stack of $1 billion bills, and it's over a half mile high. Now, At 1 trillion, the stack reaches a staggering 679 miles in height, nearly 11 times the distance from the Earth's surface to the edge of outer space. That's the difference in a trillion and a billion and a million. Can you believe that? 100 bills worth $1 million is just over 3 feet tall. A stack of 100 bills up to $1 billion is over a half mile high. But a trillion stack of $100 bills is 679 miles in height. That just shows you how much $1 trillion is. Now, he doesn't have $1 trillion in the bank. He can just go. It's not, but with all of his businesses and everything that he's got going on with the Starlink and the satellites and the rocket ships and all that stuff, over $1 trillion. It's unbelievable that one man should have that much wealth. One man. One man. $1 trillion could buy 8,880 Boeing 737s, or they could buy the New York Knicks 102 times over. Yeah. A U.S. household earning $84,000 a year, it would take nearly 12 million years to accumulate that much wealth. 12 million years if you're making $84,000 a year. That is just, I mean, when you hit the trillion status, that's just unbelievable. It just takes you to a whole new level. It just takes you to a whole new level. All right, let's move along. Let's go to the Pharaoh. Pharaoh, how you doing?
I'm all right, Lincoln.
Now, when was your meeting, before you start, when was your meeting set up?
The 23rd.
Of this month?
Right.
Okay. Well, let us know what happens.
Yeah. Lincoln, I want to say a few things. You know, first of all, let me address Vernon. He talked about my Afrocentric concept. I don't live in Africa. I'm in America. Fine. There's only two concepts in the world. You're either Afrocentric or Eurocentric. So if he is so disagreeable with the Afrocentric concept, then he must think in terms of European. See? Identify with the European concept, being Eurocentric, since he lives in America, because there's only two concepts in the world. So let me know where your mind is, Vernon. Lincoln, speaking about what you said about the police and that report, I tell black people all the time, I've always told them, the police do not stop you or harass you because you're a Republican, because you're a Democrat, because you're an independent, because you did something wrong. You are harassed simply because you're black. Plain and simple. Simply because you are black. What I really called about yesterday.
Well, not necessarily. If you had on a 3-piece suit and a briefcase and you're walking down the street, I think they would hesitate before they hassled you.
I've done that. I use myself as an example. I've wore a suitcase. I've had a suit on and had a briefcase, and I was still harassed. So, Lincoln, let me go on what I was going to say. Lincoln, you had a lady on talking about the church yesterday and and the convention, all these preachers coming.
Oh yeah, to talk about the state of the black church.
Yeah, speaking about all of that, I asked one question: whose concept is that? All the stuff they talk about, these preachers and meetings and talking about the Bible, is that the black man's concept, all that about the Bible and Jesus and the church, and is that our concept, or is that the concept of our enslaver who put this on us once we got off the slave ship?
I would say the latter.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, why black people identify with that? A friend of mine called me yesterday. He was talking about the Bible and everything and telling me about his Jesus and Adam being the first man. I asked him one question, and he started babbling. I asked him the question. I said, and if Adam was the first man, as you claim, and made from the dust of the ground, I said, what is the symbolism of a navel? You mean you got your navel from the dust of the ground? Everyone has a navel. Okay? Your navel symbolizes that you came from somebody else or something.
So you saying
else.
Adam would not have needed a navel?
Right. You mean the dust of the ground gave him a navel?
Well, maybe.
Well, how did you get a navel? If you
It's
came
hard
from
to
the
explain.
dust of the ground,
I mean,
dust
that's a
gave you
good
navel?
one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Your navel symbolizes that you came from somebody else or something else.
Well, when I'm down there at City Link tomorrow, I'm going to ask the preacher that question, Pharaoh, and I'll let you know what they say.
Plain and simple. I'll ask you, Lincoln, how did you get a navel?
I have no idea.
Ask anybody.
I have no idea.
I'll ask anybody, how did you get a navel?
Okay.
What is the symbolism of a navel? It shows that you came from somebody else or something else.
Yes.
Man evolved from the most intelligent of apes. People will say, oh, but then why we still have apes to run around today?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't apply to all apes. It only applies to a particular group
of apes
in around Kenya who left where they were and went to a particular area in Africa and started to evolving over millions of years. It doesn't apply to all apes.
Yes.
A lot of them stayed where they were.
Okay.
But a particular group of them left and went a particular place in Africa and started to evolve.
All right, Pharaoh.
This is where you get your navel from.
All right. Now tell me this. What if a woman gets the sperm of an ape? Could she have a child?
No. Because it's like a robin, you're getting the sperm from a robin and put it in an eagle. No, you only can produce what looks like you.
Okay. All right. All right, Pharaoh. Thanks for your call. Okay, let's take a break on that note, and we'll come back. The Lincoln Ware Show, 1230, The Buzz.
Bringing you the stories that go beyond the headlines. The Tavis Smiley Show.
Yes, that's a good one. Fanon Rucker says, how do we know Adam had a navel? Okay. Yes. Oh, boy. Yes, Kevin. Kevin Aldridge says, sperm of an ape? Question mark. Yeah, I'm just saying. If we evolved from the ape, the sperm might work in a human. Since we're 98% of the same DNA, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Did we find out whether the 3rd was an official holiday? The 3rd of July? Oh, he's getting the phone. Unbelievable. SpaceX, $1.77 trillion. Alibaba is next, $167.7 billion. And SpaceX leads everybody by a whole lot. AT&T only $68 billion. General Motors, $63 billion. Kraft Foods, $54 billion. Visa, $39 billion. What? Yeah, I guess so. I guess they Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a holiday here. So we'll do the best of. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So yeah, we plan on the best of on the 3rd. The preacher man will be in on that Monday. Kevin Aldridge.
Oh, Kevin.
Everybody's favorite preacher.
Yes, Mr. Aldridge. We can play full recordings of your callers that call in and request songs, and then they just keep on rambling. We can do that, and that'll fill in the whole 3 hours.
Yes, it would. Oh, boy. What time is it? Oh, okay. They got a few minutes. Okay. All righty.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
1230 The Buzz, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. And Fanon Rucker says, how do we know Adam had a navel? How do we know Adam had a navel? That's a good question. That's a good question. He may not have had one. But then Pharaoh said, well, he said he made him in his own image. So what does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, so, and Kevin Aldridge said, sperm of an ape? Question mark. Yes. And I was just saying, since we're 98% of the same DNA, those apes that separated and, as Pharaoh said, that became humans, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's just too complicated, and we don't have enough time. We don't have a trillion seconds of time to go over it.
Apparently, the tiny amount of percentage of DNA that we have different makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, I think that 2%. Ever notice how you download something and it gets to 98% or 90% real quick, and then it takes forever to finish it out? Have you ever seen that? So maybe that's the way it is. I don't know.
No.
Oh, it's not like that? Okay. Whatever. Anyway. All right, coming up at 11, we've got Liz Ty coming in, along with P.N. Everson Price, and they're going to tell you how not to lose your parents' house. What you can do to maybe prevent from losing your parents' house. And if they're on Medicaid or something like that, you may have already lost it. I don't know. But some information you probably need to know. And we'll pass it along to you at 11 o'clock. With my good friend P.N. Everson Price and my good friend Liz Ty. All right. Let's move along. Who's next in line? Looks like Brent is up. Brent, how are you?
I'm fine, Uncle Lincoln. Did that monkey that scared the hell out of you during that safari, did he have a navel?
Say that again now?
Did that monkey that scared the hell out of you have a belly button?
What monkey? Oh, you mean the one in Africa?
The African safari.
Oh, that monkey. Okay, I didn't believe me. I didn't take a long enough time to see if he had a belly button. I didn't look. No. But I think they might have.
They probably did. But no, I just, carrying on from Pharaoh and everything. One other quick thing. Stephan's joke yesterday, saying that, talking about his granddaughter and landing on the son and everything that he said.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an old joke that you just change it from granddaughter to a blonde to other things.
Yes, yes.
But yeah,
you can insert it anywhere.
Exactly. But yeah, but the main reason for my call, I only have 10 more things to talk about.
Oh,
but,
yeah, right.
Just one more. Jeff Metcalf, the father of Austin Metcalf, down here in the Karmelo Anthony case.
Mm-hmm.
He went on social media and let all of this racism come out.
Oh.
Because now the gag order is lifted. He called Karmelo Anthony a watermelon felon.
Whoa.
Wished that his first night in the jail cell was very good to him.
Well, he says he's getting death threats.
So are the family members of Karmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why they had to move. He claimed that CPS should go get their other 3 children, and and said that all they did, they were just grifters and raised all that send, the other GoFundMe, the other version that they allow racists to raise funds to. But they said they used that money for other things and everything, which they just recently got those funds released. The Give Send Go, I think that's the name of it, wouldn't allow them to even get access to the funds even prior to the trial and everything like that. So, and then he says he has his Indian card, so now he's claiming minority status.
Oh boy!
And,
boy!
Yeah, we know a lot of them were native, because I guess he's from Oklahoma, or maybe has family from Oklahoma, and a lot of those white folks, in order to get access to Native American lands and oil, became conservators for Native Americans because they couldn't. They weren't smart enough to manage it. So just like with Mark Wayne Mullins, who was was he a senator? Yeah, I think senator from Oklahoma, who challenged to fight the dude during one of those committee meetings, and now Trump nominated him to another position. He claims that he's one of those paper Native Americans. So, they only claim their minority status when it suits them, and if you do a DNA on them, they probably have 0. Native American. So it's a convenient status that you don't have to prove by actual lineage. I think other folks from around the world do the same thing to grift off of folks.
All right, Brent.
So yeah. So well, that's it. You had a good weekend, Lincoln.
Thanks for your call. Okay, he just ran out of stuff, didn't he? All right. Let's see. We might as well take a break now, and we'll come up. We got P.N. Everson Price, Liz Ty coming into the studio to tell you about this Medicaid and this deeds to the house and all that kind of stuff. And it's crazy, and people need to be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. And because you could lose what's been left for you to inherit. You could lose it. It could be gone before you know it. All right, let's take a break, and then we'll come back. The Lincoln Ware Show, 1230, The Buzz.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
The Ohio Department of Natural Resources is inviting people to fish in public waters next weekend without paying for a license. Ohio's annual free fishing days will take place June 20th and 21st. Seasoned anglers and those trying it out for the first time are encouraged to fish in the Ohio River, the Little Miami, or any spot on public property during those days. The weekend will be the only time this year when it is not required for anyone over the age of 16 to fish without first obtaining a license. Claremont County grand jurors are indicting Bethel's police chief. He is indicted on 56 counts of sexual battery and 14 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. Prosecutors say that the crimes were committed between 2005 and 2010 when he worked as an instructor at the Young Marines and while he was a teacher at Scarlet Oaks in Sharonville. Cincinnati firefighters are mourning the loss of one of their own. Ryan Zwick was a 12-year veteran of the Cincinnati Fire Department, and he died yesterday after a fight with cancer. Zwick, a crew member on Truck 35 in Westwood, was 43 years old. I'm Heather Pasco on 1230 The Buzz.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
Take us with you wherever you go. Download the Buzz app for your smartphone today. For details, go to thebuzzcincy.com.
.30 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you on a Friday, and in the studio with me, none other than my good friend Liz Ty, who is running for Hamilton County probate judge. Liz, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And
your other good friend.
And my other good friend, Peon Everson Price. Peon Everson Price.
No pressure. I just thought I should remind you. I'm your other good friend.
Yes.
Hey, Lincoln.
What's going on? Now, Peon, we were talking the other day, and you were telling me about what happened to you and how you didn't want it to happen to other people when it came to their house. Your mother, your parents might leave you, and all of a sudden you look up and the state says, nah, baby, nah, not so fast. So tell us your story, PN, and then we'll go into how you can prevent that from happening with Liz. Go ahead, PN.
I had posted something on Facebook, and it was basically just to enlighten friends and other caregivers who were taking care of their parents. And I had been the caregiver for my mom for a long time, almost 10 years. And mother passed when she was 3 months shy of 101. Oh, wow. We were determined as a family to keep her in her house. So we thought by not putting her in an institution, we would not have to sell off her house. We wouldn't have to give up any assets. And when people would say you're eligible for this or you're eligible for that or you need additional caregiving hours for your mom, she's eligible for that. She's eligible for Meals on Wheels. She's eligible even during COVID. She's eligible. So you don't have to take your mother out. A caregiver will come into her house. They will take her vitals if they think she has the flu or the cold or COVID or any lab work. They will come to your home and take care of that. So we figure since, she's 90-something at that time, good, we're covered. So when mother passed, the house was in her name, and it was transferred upon death. We had a will. We had power of attorney. We had all of what we thought we needed in place. And 3 months after that, when the girls, because the house is in all the girls' names, when we were trying to decide what we're going to do about the house, well, whose name we're going to put in the house. And then when we searched the title, it said this name that I had never heard of before, Mr. Brian Savin, let's say that was, and he was the owner. And it's like, well, that's not true. So I immediately went down to the clerk's office because you hear about so many scams and stuff. Somebody scamming the house. And I went down and they said, no, it's not a scam. I said, well, who was this Brian Savin guy? And when I finally researched it through the tax records, he was the attorney for the Ohio state of Ohio,
Attorney General of Ohio.
There you go. He was the firm that represented them. And I said, sir, why does it have you listed as the owner of the home? He said, well, Medicaid is recouping all of their expenses. I said, but my mother was not in a nursing home. She was at home. He said, it didn't matter. He said, if she was on Medicaid, then that means that because of this act, and somebody made me aware of it, they put it on Facebook, because of this act that was passed, now they're able to come back and recoup all of the money. So I said, how did they come up with a lien on my mom's house for $684,236.14? Some ridiculous amount like that. And I said, how did you come up with this total? So we got an attorney. The attorney looked into it, and then he came back and he said they are charging your mom, or they're recouping for every pill that she took. My mother went to Dr. Melvin, and they went back to 2013. My mother passed in 2023. They went back to 2013 and charged, or they tallied every pill that she had taken since 2013, every service that she had used through Council on Aging, every a doctor's appointment, every lab report. And then he said it was only up to $333,000. He said, but PN, your mom's house, which is located near Xavier, it still is not valued over $100,000. He said, so the juice won't be worth the squeeze. You get an attorney, you can go back and forth. He said, all you're going to do is end up with a high attorney bill. So I just wanted people to be aware. We see these ads all the time. You're eligible for $1,200 in benefits, or you're eligible for a food card, or you're eligible for dentist.
Yes.
You need to know, even if you don't go into a nursing home, if it is Medicaid, you are signing away the rights to your house. We didn't know that. I said, we never signed any paperwork. They said, if you renewed any of these services, the Meals on Wheels, you renewed any of these services for somebody to come and take care of your mom in her home. If you renewed going to your personal doctor, if you renewed prescription, you are somewhere in there's a small print saying Medicaid is now allowed to go back and recoup these things. And I just wanted to get the word out there, Lincoln, because there's so many folks out there. I'm saying because my mom's house is so close to Xavier, maybe that's the reason they're doing it. How could you charge a 100-year-old woman $600 and some dollars, put a lien on her house? I mean, she didn't have any other assets. That house had been in our house, in our family, 55 years.
Yeah.
And my mom died in her house. She didn't have any chronic diseases, so we didn't have all of these crazy expenses for treatment. When my mother died, she passed. Does she need any pain pills? Well, she's not in any pain. She wasn't suffering from any. So we were just perplexed how a black woman who's 100 years old could attract attention where you feel like it's necessary for you to put a lien on her house for over $600,000.
So how can you stop that, Liz? Is there any way to stop that?
So what she's referring to is the Medicaid Recovery Act. So Medicaid has a perfected lien against all assets when a person receives those services. And the primary asset is the home, right? So how do you prevent it? It's estate planning. That's how it's prevented.
Not the power of attorney, not the last will and testament, not the transfer upon death.
Right. So oftentimes you have to have a real discussion. As people get older, you have to have a discussion. A couple of things have to happen. You can take the property all the way out of that person's name if they choose. You can place the deed in a irrevocable trust. But it's a case by case. What I find in my practice, okay, is a lot of times people get older, but they don't want to give up their independence. And they see their house as the as it's theirs, as what I've worked for my whole life. And it is hard for them to turn that over. But as for example, my grandmother, as my grandmother got older, and she did have the benefit of me being a lawyer, my grandparents moved from the South to get away from racism. They came here, they bought a house in Oakley. And as she got older and I worked for Harmon, Davis, and Keys as a law clerk, I started seeing how estate planning is essential. And as my grandmother started getting older, I realized we needed to get everything out of her name. My grandfather had passed. You know, there are certain exemptions when you're married with respect to Medicaid. But my grandfather had passed, so that is no longer going to apply, and we needed to move the assets out of her name. She trusted me to do that.
And that's key, because
and at the time,
most of them won't trust you.
But at the time, my mom was living there caring for my grandma, and the goal was my mom was just going to stay there. And so we just all sat down as a family, and I told her, you know, when you transfer property out of your name, the reality is you're giving up ownership. So all kids aren't created equal. I say this all the time.
Yes.
So, this isn't something I'm advocating to the public as a whole. Mm-hmm. You should only do this once you talk to an attorney and you all agree as a family. This is what, Big Mama wants to do, Grandma wants to do. But it's not something I'm telling, anybody to do. But the reality is it has to be a real conversation, because if the property gets transferred to an irrevocable trust, the property is no longer yours. The property belongs to the trust. And why is that significant? Because now you can't draw any equity off of it. Once it goes in, it stays in. Okay. So you have to be very strategic in how you go about that. But what a lot of people don't know is that there are a lot of services that are offered that are Medicaid funded. And you're right, being in a nursing home in itself does not mean if you're not in a nursing home, you're safe from a Medicaid recovery. That's not true. Mm-hmm. And again, estate planning, because you want somebody to explain to you, these are what these services mean. And sometimes, as you talk to Council on Aging, they provided care for my grandmother. They did a fabulous job. But sometimes you need more than one person there to absorb all the information, because so much is being thrown at you, and you're dealing with the loved one's health care, and as they're slowing down.
But what do you think when you're doing your due diligence? We got a last will and testament. Lincoln, do you have a last will and testament? Does people know your final wishes? Do they have the passwords to these kinds of things? And when you have siblings, I'm the eldest, so I took it upon myself. Let's put the house in all of our names, not just mine. So I'm not trying to do that. But I didn't know we needed to do something else in addition to that. And we needed to do 5 years before Mama passed.
Right, that's the look back. Well, again, in my practice, a lot of times people will call you and say, this is what I want. And they're telling you, this is what I want. Like you're at Wendy's and you're just picking what you want off of
have it your way.
And some attorneys will do specifically what you ask. That's why it's a difference between estate planning and saying, hey, this is what I want you to do. And I think a lot of times people aren't open to have an open-ended conversation because they don't want to be taken advantage of. You don't want somebody to come in and start selling you stuff that you don't need. But and I'm not saying to call me. I'm just saying to take your time, talk to more than one person. But you really want somebody to say, hey, what are your family needs? And here are all the things you can do. And then allow you to make the decision for yourself. And then to say, can you explain how Medicaid works? What are the different ways Medicaid can attach to the assets? How can we avoid it? The biggest way to avoid it is to take it out of your name.
We're talking to attorney Liz Tye, P.N. Everson Price. Now, but we've been talking about if it's a single mother, the husband's dead. What if the husband is still living? The wife has to go in a nursing home. Can they take it away from him?
Not necessarily under those circumstances. When you're married and one person is receiving services, another person is in the house. And so there are some different nuances with Medicaid when it comes to that. The other part is I've had this in my practice where the person had a will, we go in, we transfer, we find out that there is a Medicaid lien. I've negotiated a Medicaid lien down where the person was able to self-pay Medicaid, where you're not taking out a loan. It's a non-interest, and you just set up a payment plan. And they also agreed to a reduced amount. So there are different ways to go about trying to address that Medicaid lien.
And once we learn they're not going to put us out the house. I have a nephew in the house now, and we can stay in the house till Jesus come back.
It's just when you sell it.
We just can't sell it. So any investments that we made, if we put $100 worth of renovations in there, I've got to rent it out to get that $100,000 back. I can't sell it or put or get another mortgage on it.
But what you might want to do before you make a lot of improvements, if the house isn't worth that much, you might be able to enter a settlement agreement with Medicaid for a fixed amount and then just make payments to pay that off.
Oh, make payments.
So, but what I'm saying to you, if the lien amount, say it's $600,000, and you can get an agreement to pay $30,000.
Oh, now that would be nice.
That's the point that I'm making.
Okay.
Now, but you have to contact them. It's like any debt. You can negotiate it.
Okay. Even though the lawyer did not make that recommendation.
I don't know what lawyer are you saying?
Yeah, because I told the lawyer to investigate and let us know what's in our best interest at this particular point. And he came back and said, the juice ain't going to be worth the squeeze, because this is how they tallied up.
So where do you stand now? The house is gone now?
Oh, no, we still
have it?
Yeah, we still have the house. And we can hold on to the house. We can live in the house. We can rent the house out by Xavier.
But you can't sell it.
We can't sell it.
You can sell it, but you're going to have to pay the lien off when you sell it.
$600,000, but if the house ain't worth $100,000, how does that work?
That's why I'm saying you may be able to negotiate that lien, because regardless of how much is owed on the house, if the house is only going to sell for $100,000, you can't get $600,000.
Now, if I don't have an attorney, can I still negotiate with them for that, or do I want to have an attorney? Do I trust them to make negotiations without an attorney present?
I think with any debt, you have to make a decision on how do you choose to proceed. You know,
because
clearly,
like you say, they might negotiate down to $50,000.
I didn't know that was
an
option.
They can get
so much, Judge Ty. Thank you.
I'm not a judge yet. You can only call me attorney. You can call me. I'll get in trouble.
She's not a judge yet.
I'll get in trouble, right?
She's working on judge.
Attorney soon to be.
But that's a good point. They probably would rather take something right now than to get nothing at all.
See, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, and see, that's what I mean by sometimes if you tell a person, this is what I want you to do, but if you didn't say, can we try to negotiate the debt? So now you're saying, I'm not contesting it's owed. I'm just saying, can we get a better deal?
All right. We need to take a break. Okay. We'll come back. Everybody's saying they need to get with their family after hearing this, because this is some very important stuff we're talking about, folks. 513-749-1230. I've got attorney Liz Ty, and I've got PN Everson Price. I almost called you Judge Liz Ty. Anyway, attorney Liz Ty, probate judge candidate. There we go. Let's take a break. We'll come back. 1230, The Buzz.
Hey, y'all, what up? This your boy, Ricky Smiley. I want to drop you an invite to something a little more personal.
This is Ricky Smiley on the Spot, where legends get loud, real, and sometimes a little reckless.
Ricky Smiley on the spot. No script, no rush. Just super real conversation.
This ain't your average talk show.
Let me thank me. Y'all want to talk about Ladero? That's just a piece of it. Catch the full episode of Ricky Smiley on the spot wherever you get your podcast and on the Urban One Podcast Network at urbanonepodcast.com.
Here at Urban One, we pride ourselves on supporting local and national Black-owned businesses throughout all of our radio markets. Since we began our Buy Black campaign, we like to spotlight some familiar and unfamiliar businesses in our communities. From arts and crafts, restaurants, clothing and apparel, heating, technology, electrical. One thing is true, Black folks have a business for everything you need, want, or could imagine. So let's show some love to all local and national Black-owned businesses, because when you spend money with a Black-owned business, you are helping your community as well as helping yourself. The businesses for this week are
The Treat Shop, 1218 Central Ave in Middletown. Car Surgeon, 513-485-0568. Boynton Tax Service. Find them online at boyntontaxservice.com. Call 513-545-6436. Visit them at 3501 Burnett Avenue.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-685-5688. 800-685-5688. 800-685-5688.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Lenny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Let's be honest. The opportunities that change businesses usually happen when you're in the room. The right buyer, the right lender, the right contract, the right connection. And if you're not there, someone else will be. The Contacts to Contracts Conference returns June 25th from 8:30 till 3:30 at Word of Deliverance Ministries, located at 693 Fresno Road. And the best part? It's free. This year's conference is focused on helping business owners understand the financial side of contracting, how to price your work, manage cash flow, protect your profits, and get paid. This event is designed for all industries and all stages of growth. Don't miss Cincinnati's premier business networking and contracting event. Register today at mbaccincy.com or check us out on Eventbrite. The Contacts to Contracts Conference, June 25th, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Word of Deliverance Ministries, 693 Fresno Road in Cincinnati. Contacts to Contracts. Don't wait, don't stall. It's free to attend and open to all. Meet, learn, grow, and make your move. June 25th is where winners improve.
When it comes to prescription medications, it's essential to apply safe practices to protect your health and safety. To avoid misuse and abuse, never share or borrow medication. Keep your prescriptions out of the wrong hands by storing them in a lockbox and disposing of medication properly. Finally, understand your prescription information. Don't be afraid to ask your pharmacist and doctor for help. And if buying prescriptions online, be sure to use VIPS accredited pharmacies. Learn more at awarerx.org, a public service from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy Foundation.
Are you about to mow the lawn? It's blazing hot out here. Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry. It's all on SmokeyBear.com because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Don't leave us in the car. Take us with you. Go to your favorite app store, search WDBZ, and download the Buzz app today.
All right. 1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. In the studio with me, we've got attorney Liz Ty, and we've got P.N. Everson Price, who went down to look up the deed to her mother's house, only to find somebody else's name on there. Mm-hmm. And that was a shock. I can only imagine your face
you can't
when
imagine
you saw that.
It was rough. It was a rough day.
And all on behalf of Medicaid, they're the culprit here, and we're trying to figure out ways for you to not let it happen. To you, yes.
I was going to say, I don't think Medicaid is a culprit. Medicaid, so that I'm clear, Medicaid provides a great service.
And they did for my mom.
But we have to realize Medicaid is a needs-based program. And what that means when it says need-based, that means it's state-sponsored. Mm-hmm. And the state tries to recoup if a person has assets. So our goal is not to beat the system, is to avoid the system, right? Like, not to even put ourselves in that position.
And help people like me navigate the system.
So while we were talking before, so the property isn't in the Attorney General's name. For clarity, they have a lien against the property. The property is still titled to the owners, but there
is
is
other guy's name on it. He was listed as the owner, and it's like, well, why is he listed as the owner? We did get that straight now.
Yeah, because that was just an error. But there is a perfected lien. So one of the things we were talking about during the break was, can you negotiate a Medicaid lien?
And
yes.
you said yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. How do we do that?
PN, move into that mic. You know I taught you better than that.
Well, you know, that's the reason I project very well. People have told me, not that I'm loud, but that they can hear me clearly. Okay. I got excited, Lincoln.
I know you got excited.
Okay.
Excited.
How can we, or someone who finds themselves in this position, offer a settlement?
So a settlement is a debt is like any debt. People have delinquent credit cards, all sorts of things. So you call the source of the creditor. And then
I don't need an attorney to call the source. I can do it myself.
You can. Mm-hmm. Now, will it be more effective? Probably so.
If I have an attorney?
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, you can do anything yourself, number one. But there are some things that a person who has done these things in the past.
You got to have legal speak.
Yeah, I just think it might be a more persuasive
I understand.
argument. Now, should it cost thousands of dollars? No. But is it worth a small investment? Maybe. But the point is, it's negotiated a debt like any other debt. You have to show what the value of the property is, what is the amount of the lien, and why it's an incentive for the creditor to agree to accept a lower amount. One, you're never going to get 100% of the debt because the property isn't worth that.
Right. Not
right.
no $684.
I know. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Isn't the incentive to get the money sooner than later? And sometimes people will be willing to take a lower amount if they can get something now. So you can offer a lump sum, or you can offer to make payment arrangements.
All right, people have 1,000 questions.
Okay, so
get
sorry.
ready.
All
get
right.
ready to answer. Here we go. Let's go to Kathy. Kathy, you have a question.
Not so much a question, but thank you so much. I just want to commend these ladies for coming in and having this discussion. Liz and PN, this is Kathy Goodwin-Williams.
Oh, God bless you.
How are you, ladies?
Fantastic today. I'm good. I'm going to make a settlement.
So I'll just say really quickly that I saw your post regarding what happened to your mother and added some information there. And as you know, I'm a licensed insurance broker that specializes in senior products, mostly Medicare, Medicaid.
Okay.
And just over the years, but more so here in the last 5 to 10 years, I've seen a lot of what you all are describing happening within our community just because they just don't know about the importance of that 5-year look back and making sure that you do something prior to that to move those assets out of your name. And that is a part of what I do now just as a free service to my business, talking more about that in our community so that people aren't losing their assets and being blindsided with this at the time that you need long-term care, whether it be in a facility or aging in place at a home. So, Liz, now that I know that this is the type of work that you do in your office, that I'm going to reach out to you because people need the legal piece. I do the insurance, Medicaid trust piece. So I'm going to reach out to you outside of this to refer people to your office. But hopefully you have somebody else there because we know you're going on to judgeship.
Thanks for your call.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right. And what is your phone number, by the way?
513-641-4600.
Somebody told me to call you Elizabeth Ty because that's what's on the ballot.
That's right.
Elizabeth. Okay. Not Liz. I've been knowing you forever as Liz, but Elizabeth Ty.
Elizabeth.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Otto. Otto, you have a question.
Hey, Lincoln. How you doing? And welcome to your guests. How you doing, PN?
Hey, Otto.
How you doing? And Liz, I want to thank you for doing your due diligence on this to try to get out in front of this. I experienced this back in 2022 when my mother passed. And you're absolutely correct. There's got to be a better way to get out in front of this when it comes to Medicaid. Now, my mom didn't own any property, but I had to make a hardcore decision to put her in a nursing home, and that's where all the drama started with me and Medicaid, if you will. Fortunately, I was able to find an attorney to help crunch some numbers to avoid Medicaid taking all of Mom's assets, if you will. But a lot of us didn't know that process, and we still don't know. And it was my understanding at one point in time, it was, 2 years back? Now it's 5 years? They look back at it?
It's been 5 years for a while. It's for a while, at least the last 10 years.
So what can we do? What should you be telling folks, whether it's nursing home, whether it's them home care or whatever, to get out in front of this when it comes to Medicaid?
As you get older, the reality is you have to start transferring assets out of your name. So really...
Well, see, not to cut you off, when I was told that, they said, well, you have to verify where those funds are going. As a matter of fact, when I was even trying to I was Mom's caretaker, and they said, well, if there's anything being spent on yourself, you have to document that information.
Yeah, so it sounds like your mom must have had assets like money in a bank or some
That
type.
is correct.
All right. And so it's the same 5-year look back applies to financial accounts, investments. So again, it's really about estate planning. Once you retire and as you begin to age, the goal is really to start taking items out of your name and placing them in a trust or giving them to people while you're living. But there is no one answer fits all. It's really about estate planning because your goals at 60 are going to be different than your goals at 70 or 80. And there is no magic ball to say this is when we're going to decline.
Do you have to have an executor over the trust? How do they do that?
Trusts are completely different than wills. An executor is a term that's related to a will.
Okay. So is there somebody over your trust?
So there are two types of trust. There's a revocable trust, and then there is an irrevocable trust.
The difference.
And then there is a trustor who, makes the decisions. And then there is a benefit.
Is that somebody in a black robe, or is that somebody in your family?
A trust is like a business. You define what you want your trust to be. So the goal of a revocable trust means you can revoke it. You can take stuff in and out. An irrevocable is once it goes in, it can't come out.
Okay.
Okay, what was that, Otto? Yeah.
I was going to ask before I hang up, in my case, when I had mom in a nursing home, didn't one of those advisors had kind of maybe given me more of a guidance in terms of maybe reaching out to an attorney? Because, as I said, I got blindsided with this, if you will.
Right. But that's why you want to do it before you reach the need to put mom in. And that's why I'm saying none of us knows when something is going to happen where now you need these services. And that's why you have to plan ahead. Like how we're having this conversation today with Otto, you should be making your plans now for what you want.
Right. Otto, thanks for your call.
Yeah, and one last thing, Lincoln. I know I'm going to probably get some pushback in this, but just to make folks, whoever is going to call in and say, well, why did he do this, that, I had to make an executive decision at that point in time. Sometimes I do look back and say if I had to do it all over again, I might have not made that decision. But at that particular time, I had to make that hardcore decision. So I just want to make you aware.
All right.
But thanks.
Hey, Otto, thanks for your call. All right, we need to take a break, and then we'll come back with more. We got P.N. Everson Price. We've got Elizabeth Ty in the studio, attorney Elizabeth Ty in the studio, and we'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. 12:30, The Buzz.
What's happening, good people? It's your cousin Trip Fontaine, and this is the Trip After Dark podcast.
So I told him to go to therapy. I don't need therapy. I don't need to talk to no stranger about, what? All my stuff is fine.
One of the things I've been thinking about when we talk about safety is harm. When I talk about accountability and we talk about love, we have to consider we do each other harm.
This is the Trip After Dark podcast. Listen on the Trip After Dark app and urban1podcast.com.
This is Dr. Taylor Porter from Idea Public Schools, father of 4, educator of thousands, and professional kid success obsessor. Listen, every parent wants more for their child. More opportunity, more support, more than, meh, school is fine. At Idea, we don't do fine. Your child joins a crew, a hype squad of teachers and teammates who refuse to let them fade into the background. No back row, no coasting, just confidence, connection, and big results. Like this, nearly 100% graduation every single year. Call 513-991-7445 to apply today. Idea Public Schools. We are crew, not passengers.
Spots are filling fast. Don't miss your chance to enroll today. Call Idea now at 513-991-7445 to speak with the team and secure your student seat. That's 513-991-7445. Or for quick, easy access, apply online anytime at ideapublicschools.org. That's ideapublicschools.org. A brighter future starts here. Apply today before seats are gone. Hello, Cincinnati. Labor's Local 265 would like you to join us on Saturday, June 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for our car show at 3457 Montgomery Road in Evanston. Bring the family to this free event to view classic cars, motorcycles, and support our food trucks and vendors. We'll also have Split the Pot, cornhole, and kids activities. We're still looking for cars and vendor participants. Only a $20 registration fee. That's Saturday, June 13th at Local 265, 3457 Montgomery Road in Evanston. For more information, call Marshall at 513-221-5260 or stop by our office.
Hey, Lincoln Ware here, and I'm here to tell you about the Dukesters Old School Social this and every Friday evening from 7 until 11. It's free, and you can join spade players, Tunk, or Bid Whisk. It's a BYOB with free parking and free setups and food specials all night. Plus the best old school in the city, just like the old days. And whatever you do, don't forget to bring your dancing shoes because I'm sure before the night is over, you're going to want to bust the move. And don't forget you can have a free birthday party during our social night. Or network your business and meet and greet some new friends and be ready to have a ball. So tell your friends to meet you at the Dukester every Friday evening. That's right, we are turning it back to the old school at the Dukester, located at 7733 Reading Road. Call the Dukester to order now at 761-2300. That's 513-761-2300.
The Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council present the story of Tom and Levi.
Tom is the smartest man I know. He's been a professor at 2 major universities, been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, he told me that he was having problems in his classes. I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. And he was telling them that he was doing it as a favor to them, but I think in reality, he just wanted to get out of there. I was really starting to worry because I saw something was wrong.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me, and my love for him was just immense.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz, your official talk station.
It is official, you understand me?
1230 WDBZ, The Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. And it's Friday, so you know what that means. That means that the Dukester's got that grill going. What's cooking today over at the Dukester?
Hey, good morning to you, Lincoln, and happy Friday, Buzz listeners. I know most of you are planning a big weekend, and the best way to kick off your weekend is to join us tonight and play a good game of cards. That's right, we'll be playing spades, tongue, and bid whist tonight at the Dukester from 7 to 11. It's free with free parking, lots of fun, and food, and your friends will be there. So why not start off your weekend at the Dukester tonight? And if you get hungry today, stop by, dine in, or carry out. You're going to love your food. On our menu today, you can come on by for our baby beef liver and onions with mashed potatoes and gravy and green beans, or check out a big smothered pork chop with gravy, rice, and collard greens. Now, today, you can check out a Saskatchewan chicken stir-fry with a nice tossed salad and a roll. Or you can stop on in and get a free sample of that. But my pick for today is our whiting fish dinner. That's on sale for just $15. That's right, I said $15 with 2 sides of your choice. And make sure today, folks, you buy black. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll speak on you later, Lincoln.
All right, that's the Dukester right there in the Summit Plaza on Reading Road. Check him out. Get ready, Cincinnati, because the summer is about to get stimulating. Join the Gaskins Foundation on Saturday, June 13th for the next exciting episode premiere of Wesley, Wayland, and Waverly's Stimulating Adventures as we celebrate the brilliant mathematician and NASA legend, Katherine Johnson. Visit our website at stimulatingadventures.com. That's STEM with an E, or search Princes of STEM on YouTube. We also invite you to visit our booth at the Juneteenth celebration at the Freedom Center. Then mark your calendars for Friday, June 27th for the 6th annual Party with the Purpose, a powerful night celebrating the engineers, healthcare professionals, technologists, scientists, and community advocates helping move our city forward. This year's Monte Carlo themed celebration will feature games, entertainment, networking, yes, even spades and bid whist tournament. That's right. For tickets, sponsorships, and more information, visit the Gaskins Foundation. The Gaskins Foundation's where community, culture, and STEM come together. So check them out. All right, we'll move along. 513-749-1230. And looks like DJ has a question for everybody here. DJ, how are you?
It's BJ.
Oh, BJ. Okay. All right. Sorry, BJ.
That's okay.
Yes.
My question is, I'm going through that right now with a family member. My family member is doing okay, not in a nursing home or anything, but just starting to get older and not memorizing a lot of things. So she's starting to get to the point where she wants somebody to take over her assets and stuff like that. So we did a will, we did a power of attorney, we did a health care power of attorney, we did a living will, and we also did a real estate affidavit. And that's what I wanted to ask PN about. Was that available, or did she ever hear about it in her situation?
We
and
did
I wanted,
all of that.
Ms. Ty to elaborate on more what a real estate affidavit is really about. And that's my question.
All right. Thanks for your call.
A real estate affidavit. Now, that's the first time I've heard of that.
I think that's a transfer on death deed.
So we had that, the transfer upon death,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the living will, we had the financial will. We had all of the paperwork that people say you're generally supposed to have when you're a caregiver and your mom is in her 90s and you have assumed responsibility for her. But the new thing that we are hearing now, or the new thing that you shared with me and that Kathy shared on my Facebook site, was that you need a trust and the various types of trust that fit your situation. As we've been sitting here during the break, Attorney Ty was just saying, Elizabeth Ty was saying, depending on what your situation is, your children or grown children, or maybe you have minor children, whatever your individual needs are will determine the type of trust.
Right. So let's talk about first, because maybe there's some confusion on what all these different documents are. Okay. So a last will and testament says when I pass away, this is who I want to receive and who I want to be over passing out what I have. That's a last will and testament. That has nothing to do with avoiding Medicaid. Okay. A health care power of attorney, that's when you designate who is to make your health care decisions when you're not capable and whether or not you want to do not resuscitate order. A living will is a health care directive. It has nothing to do with your assets. It has something to do with if something happens while you're in the hospital and a doctor needs to make a decision and you've already did a living will saying these are the things that I want. I want to be an organ donor. I want to receive blood transfusions. Whatever your healthcare directives are. Then you have a durable power of attorney. That's when a person is unable to take care of different things for themselves. You identify, who do I want to carry out my business when I'm not able to? And then your power of attorney could also designate who you would want to serve as your guardian if you were to become incompetent. Say you have Alzheimer's, something like that. Estate planning deals more with the Medicaid 5-year look back. Regardless of all of these items, none of them by them, even a transfer on death or the real estate affidavit, that says when I pass away, this is who is to receive my property upon my death. All you have to do is file the death certificate and an affidavit, and the property will transfer directly to that person, avoiding probate. Okay? Medicaid looks at your assets. What are our assets? Our bank accounts, our 401ks, our Roth accounts, our stocks, CDs, property, anything like that. All of those are assets. The things that we talked about before says, what do we do with the assets when we pass? Medicaid is, how do we avoid these assets being in my name 5 years before I need services?
Right. And that's the key.
That is the key. So you can use trust, right? But there are two types of trust. There are revocable trusts and there are irrevocable trusts. A revocable trust means you can take the asset in and out as you choose. An irrevocable trust says once it goes in, it stays. You cannot get it out. A revocable trust will not protect you against Medicaid because you have control over those assets. An irrevocable trust, you no longer have control because you can't take them out. So,
well, can you ever get control?
Once they go in, they stay in.
Okay.
And the terms of your trust dictates where they go and when.
Okay.
So now the question becomes, what assets do I have? What assets do I need to have access to? And what assets am I okay with not having any control over? And that's when you really have to have a one-on-one conversation with a person who does that work. If you have assets to discuss, then you should go ahead and spend the money.
Like a house.
And use a professional to help you protect it. You understand? Yeah. Because you sometimes we try to save a little, and then you're going to end up giving away a lot. And I think the goal is dealing with somebody you trust. And you have to trust that person to share all of your information. You know, I once did some estate planning for someone who had children. Some were married. Some the person didn't care for their spouse. And they wanted to make sure that the spouse did not benefit from the assets. Can you do estate planning where you really identify a way to keep it from going to one person? Absolutely. Yeah. You can. And that's why you want to sit down and talk about it with a professional.
Well, you know, as a people, we've always been taught or trained or expected to believe that generational wealth means having that home, maintaining the home, paying for the home, and then keeping it in the family.
But that's the key word, keeping it in the family. So at some point, you need to go ahead and transfer it to who you know is going to honor those wishes and keep it in the family. There's a piece of property where my office is now. It's been in my father's family for over 100 years. My great-great-grandfather was one of the first black mounted patrolmen who was part of District 9 in Walnut Hills. We don't have the house on Chapel because they demolished it, took it by eminent domain from MLK. But my great-great-aunt's house is where my office is. And the reason we were able to maintain it is as people got older, they were more concerned with this staying in the family than controlling it. And so that means while you're in your right mind, you make that decision, and what they did was they went ahead and quitclaim deeded to the person who was going to take it to the next generation, but what if, and so forth.
Okay, what if one person in there, one of the heirs, want to sell it?
They can. They can.
Okay.
But that's why you have to have real conversations. Right. You know, and once you do that, you really have to trust. So on the property that I'm talking about, that's essentially what happened. It went to one daughter. The one daughter then gave it to the other sister. Then the sister gave it to my dad, and now the property is in my dad's name, and we already have it structured to go to me and my brother for us to carry it on.
So
next,
is it just Medicaid that comes back and recoups this thing 5 years, or are there any other entities we need to be aware of?
All right, hold that answer.
Yes, sir.
I need to take a break, and then we'll come back, and we got to wrap things up. We might have a chance to take a couple of more questions, but we'll come back in a moment right here, 12:30, The Buzz.
Lincoln Ware is on demand.
On demand.
That's right. Listen to the Lincoln Ware Show when you want.
Oh, I like that.
Get all the news and info, world events, entertainment, sports, and everything happening in and around Cincinnati and the tri-state.
On demand.
The Lincoln Ware Podcast.
Go get it right now.
Wherever you get your podcasts. Or go to thebuzzcincy.com and click on Lincoln Ware Rewind.
Hey, Reds fans. Barry Larkin here. Proud Red and Hall of Famer. I've been in moments where one call changed everything. Safe, out, strike three. In baseball, the call can decide the game. In life, sometimes a call can mean everything. For one family, it can provide an opportunity for legacy. For another, it can bring hope, the chance for more time, more memories, more life. Organ, tissue, and eye donation happens only in rare medical circumstances. but understanding it helps families make informed decisions with clarity and compassion. That's why I stand with Network for Hope. I am a voice of hope. Hope is on the line. To learn more and register, go to networkforhope.org. Will you answer the call?
Council on Aging is celebrating 55 years of service to older adults, people with disabilities, and caregivers in our community. When you need help for yourself or an older loved one, contact Council on Aging for unbiased advice, information, and connection to community resources. Details at 513-721-1025 or online at help4seniors.org. That's help4seniors.org.
For 100 years, New Jerusalem Baptist Church has been a beacon of faith, service, and community in Cincinnati. As part of their centennial celebration, you're invited to a free community day open to the public on Saturday, June 13th from noon to 5 p.m. at the City Link Center. Enjoy giveaways, family activities, live ministry performances, food trucks, local vendors, health screenings, and wellness resources with our partners from Healthcare Connection, plus healthy cooking demonstrations and the State of the Black Church Pastor Panel at 2 p.m. And the Buzz will be there live too, live on location from 12:30 to 2:30. That's the City Link Center located at 800 Bank Street in Cincinnati's West End. Come celebrate 100 years of faith, legacy, and impact with the New Jerusalem Baptist Church. This event is open to the public and admission is free. Saturday, June 13th from noon to 5 at the City Link Center. Go to newjerusalembc.org for more information. That's newjerusalembc.org for more information. See you there.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you, all based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the views of Urban One Incorporated, Radio One, or any of its subsidiary companies.
Giving voice to the community. We are the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station.
1230 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you. We've got attorney Elizabeth Ty in the studio. And give your number once again for people who out there want to know your phone number.
513-641-4600.
One more time.
513-641-4600.
All right. We got just a few more minutes, a couple of more. But during the break, you were saying at 50 years old, people, what should they do at 50?
We should start estate planning now. That's how we make sure we have a plan in place to avoid Medicaid when that time comes.
Okay. All right. Julie, you have a question. Julie.
Yes, really quickly. Hello,
Yes.
Ian and Attorney Ty.
Hi,
hey,
Julie.
Ian, I'm sorry that happened, and I remember when you were telling me about that when we were standing outside City Hall.
Yeah.
So, Elizabeth, I plan on being at your fundraiser, but you do trust you and your office.
Yes, ma'am.
Trust. Okay. Well, I will talk with you then because I'm in the process of making a trust for everything. So.
All right. All right. She
Thank
did.
you.
Yeah. You
Thank
are
you,
having
Julie.
at the factory on Sunday.
Yes, that's right. I'm having a fundraiser at the factory on
Thank
Sunday.
you for bringing that up, Julie.
On Knowlton. Hope you all can come out and attend. It's from 3 to 7.
All right. Let's go to Meridian Knight James. You have a question for Elizabeth Ty.
Yes, I do. But first, I'd like to say Pian. I know she has big ties to Meridian, Mississippi also.
Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. That's where my daddy was from.
Right. See you at the convention coming. You know, we hosting it here this year.
My band should be a part of that. Have your people to call my people.
Will do. Hey, but to the lawyer there, I almost called her judge. 12 years ago, I had to take a crash course in this when my wife had a stroke.
Okay.
And at that time, they told me I could keep one house, one car, and $120,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Has that 120 been pegged to inflation, or is it still at that amount?
I believe
12 years ago.
I believe it's still at that amount.
Okay.
And
I
they
know
might
I
have
need to do
increased
an
it to 2
update
cars.
and a review because, you know, different assets have come and gone since that, and I did a blind trust at the time. So I'd like to call your number next week or the next, you know, and do a sit down and review what I got, and we go from there.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for your call. And one final call, Mike Kelly.
What's up, Bulldog? How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good. How's Liz? Hi, PN.
Hey, is that the Mike Kelly I went to school with at Evanston?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Somebody getting old.
You doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing great.
What's your question?
My question is, Liz, when I hear what PN is saying about the Medicaid, but if you have what's the difference between a living trust? If the parents move the house into a living trust and make you the beneficiary, is that sufficient to pass it on without having probate or going into court when they pass?
So anytime assets are transferred to a trust, it definitely avoids probate.
Turn your radio down, please.
Turn your radio down, Mike.
My radio?
Yes.
Okay. So anytime that it's transferred into a trust, it avoids probate. But the question is it a revocable trust or an irrevocable trust? And that's what we talked about a little bit earlier. An irrevocable trust will definitely avoid Medicaid so long as placed in the irrevocable trust 5 years before. Yeah. A revocable trust, it doesn't have that same type of protection.
And that 5 years is key. That's right. That's key to everything. 5 years, you got to predict 5 years down the road. So, boy, I tell you what, Elizabeth Ty, you've been a wealth of information today. You know, and everybody appreciates this, and it's going to make people think. This will make people think about what's going on. Your parents own property, and they're getting older. They're getting older. Now's the time to act. Don't wait until it's too late. Until it's too late.
Thank you, Lincoln, for this opportunity so we can share this with the community. And thank you, Elizabeth Ty, attorney Elizabeth Ty, for making yourself available, because I just learned so much more just sitting here during the show today. So thank you, because I am going to find somebody and we're going to make an offer for a settlement.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Now you found out something today that you can do. You can make.
I owe you lunch, Lincoln.
Okay,
I owe you dinner, though, but I owe Lincoln lunch for sure.
You found out you can make a deal with Medicaid. You don't have to go with that $600,000 number they gave you.
And I thought I was stuck with that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks. I hope you learned something today. And thank you, Elizabeth Ty. And give your phone number out once again.
My phone number is 513-641-4600. And follow me on social media if you could. Or check out my website, www.tie4judge.com.
And Fundraiser Factory, 3 o'clock Sunday in Northside. Thank you for stopping by. P.N. Everson, as always. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
One of my former students there from the Lincoln Ware School of Broadcasting.
We were inducted.
I know WCIN.
Inducted into the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. So we've seen so many people from back in the day.
Could you believe all the people we saw?
No, and because Lincoln offered me my first job on the air as a gospel announcer on an R&B station. He taught me everything I knew.
She came in, WCIN.
He said it's WCIN. So to this day, I smile and I say WDBZ.
All right. That's going to do it. We'll take a quick break for news and we'll come back 12:30. The Buzz.
1230 AM, WDBZ, Cincinnati, an Urban One station. Listen online on thebuzzcincy.com. We are 1230 The Buzz, the home of the Lincoln Ware Show.
Monroe Township Fire Chief Greg Lang is stepping down. Lang was recently placed on administrative leave for the second time in 6 months. The first time came after an arrest for domestic violence, but Lang returned to work after being acquitted of the charges. Officials have not said why Lang was placed on leave for a second time. Clermont County grand jurors are indicting Bethel Police Chief Chad Essert. Essert was indicted yesterday on 56 counts of sexual battery and 14 counts of unlawful sexual conduct with a minor. Prosecutors say the chief's crimes were committed between 2005 and 2010 when he worked as an instructor at the Young Marines and while he was a teacher at Scarlet Oaks in Sharonville. Cincinnati firefighters are mourning the loss of one of their own. Ryan Zwick, a 12-year veteran of the Cincinnati Fire Department, died yesterday after a fight with occupational cancer. Zwick, a crew member on Truck 35 in Westwood, was 43 years old. The Reds open up a 3-game series tonight at home against the Diamondbacks. Cincinnati is looking to bounce back after a rough road trip. First pitch tonight at Great American Ballpark is 7:15. I'm Heather Pasco on 1230 The Buzz.
Did you miss something? Catch the rebroadcast. Do it again. For the full schedule, go to thebuzzcincy.com.
.30 WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's Friday. The weekend is here. And once again, thanks to Elizabeth Ty. And no, I can't call it Liz Ty because Elizabeth Ty will be on the ballot. Okay. Get people used to seeing Elizabeth instead of Liz. Yes. All right. 513-749-1230. And big game tomorrow. San Antonio will try to hold on for dear life. We'll see what happens. Maybe we can get Donald Trump to show up at the game again. This is one time I wish he would make an appearance.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
And he keeps lying. Why does he keep lying to the American people about the war? It's almost over. It'll be open soon. This weekend it'll be over. They're going to sign the agreement. And they don't sound like they're signing.
Because his followers, they believe anything he says. And whether he's lying or not, they don't care. They just love him.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It is absolutely insane. All right. 513-749-12. By the way, Liz Ty will be on my TV show.
Elizabeth Ty.
Elizabeth Ty will be on my TV show Sunday morning, 6:30 on Star 64. And we didn't get it. You don't have enough time to get in deep like we did on today's show, but she does explain some things, and you can still pick up some things on Sunday morning, 6:30, Star 64 for Cincinnati issues. Yes. All right, let's go to Bill. Bill, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I was hanging on the edge of my seat, man.
I see, man. You called just before my guest got here, and you hung on in there.
Yeah, I hung on in there. Yes. I'm at the center right now. I want to send a shout-out to Mike, the maintenance man over at the Carthian Apartments, where I stand, and my man Chico. We talked this morning. You know, he gave me some good advice, and he also let me know that he's starting a new job, man. More praise to you, Chico. I am getting ready to really, really get into Black Music Month. I made my request and everything, and yesterday I was playing some Commodores yesterday. You know, I was playing the Commodores album.
Yes.
The Blue Sky album with Brick House and Zoom and all that.
Yes. I got your request on my phone, though. I got that. You good.
Yeah, I know. I got the number and everything.
Yes.
But you know what? I want to get a shout-out to Farrell. Farrell, you're in a class of your own, bro. You know, you are a legend, but you can't stand up to TC, man. I'm going to tell you that right now, man. TC, he'll slaughter you. And my shout-out to TC, as well as honoring the late Everett Cork.
Yes, yes.
Sid Kennedy, and of course, Mr. Lincoln Ware.
All right.
So,
Bill,
hey,
appreciate
have a
your
great
call.
weekend, Terrence. Keep that music popping, bro. Love you.
Thanks for your call. Unbelievable. That Bill, he's a piece of work, let me tell you. All right, 513-749-1230. Let's see. What do we have here? Someone, Bill telling Chico's business. Okay. All right. Let's see. I was listening to the Urban View this morning, but did not hear your name. Thank you for the info. Huh? I don't know what Dr. E is talking about. Anyway, let's go to, oh boy, our favorite Hebrew Israelite, Elijah. And as a whole, do Hebrew Israelites vote, Elijah? Do they vote?
No, I just try to do what the Most High said.
Well, hold on. Does the Most High tell you you can vote? Does the Most High say that?
Why are you cutting me in and out?
Because I wanted you to answer. I wanted you to answer that question before you moved on to something Yahweh said. But go answer that question. As a whole, do you guys vote?
You guys, Lincoln.
Oh boy.
What's getting me, and I mean sincerely, is I don't understand why you can't relate to the people you came out of like I did.
I can't relate to the Hebrew Israelites. I will admit that. I can't relate to them at all.
So that means
I guess that makes me a bad guy. That makes me a bad guy, huh?
So what y'all said about those of us who would turn away, you would be in witchcraft, religions, idolatry, and Lincoln, I mean, just being sincere with you and not being other than a helper and a brother. You need a break so you can really see that I'm not calling you and being a liar when I tell you these things about the reality.
And what is the reality? The reality is we're in captivity and we need to try to find our way back to our home. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a good start.
Oh my goodness!
Because Lincoln, I'm serious. Like, unless you've dealt with even the inner part of your mind and find out what that's about, you're not free of what the thing of racism did to us as a people. You know, I hate to have to run, but I have to. But I love you and hang on in there, my brother.
All right, hallelujah. Okay, unbelievable. We're in captivity, and we got to get back to Israel. Well, where they are, it's not Israel, but wherever it is, he says we need to get back to. But as long as we're here, we're in captivity, and that's not good. All right, 513-749-1230. And one reason why I can't relate to the Hebrew Israelites, I can't relate to a 70-year-old man getting circumcised, at the ripe old age of 70. I just can't relate to that.
I just want you guys to know I barely even stared at that penis for an hour.
All right. Jay Wright, how are you? What's going on, Jay Wright?
Lincoln Ware, my man, my mentor, $100,000. Thank you for being in the studio, sir. Lincoln, I call you, man, because I want you to tell me what my status is, man. Last week I was told that I now have the disclaimer before my show come on. Does that put me in the big leagues?
It might put you in the big leagues, yeah. So they make you run a disclaimer now, huh?
Yeah, when I said I am just like my mentor, man. I got a disclaimer.
Oh boy.
I am now in the big leagues. I'm obviously saying something right or wrong. And you know,
well,
but,
it's not that you're saying something. Not that you're saying something right or wrong. They just don't want to be responsible for what you're saying.
and my callers too, right?
Right.
Because I think your callers is oh my God, I don't know what to think about your callers. Anyway, Lincoln, man, yesterday I was listening to you and you mentioned hamburgers and hot dogs at the event that's coming up
tomorrow. As a matter of fact, tomorrow at City Link. Yes.
And then you mentioned putting mustard on it.
Yeah.
I can't get with mustard. You my mentor, man. I want to be like
I can't eat a hot dog unless it's got mustard on it. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man, that's disgusting. I can't get it.
Oh, my God. You're sick. You're a sick
I want
individual.
a Pharaoh moment. I kind of like to have a
You need a
Pharaoh
disclaimer for thinking like that.
well, Lincoln, check this out, right? Pharaoh, okay, on our first briefing, when we came to America, when we got on the plantations, once they settled and got us on the plantations, in our first briefings, the slave master said, I will work y'all Monday through Saturday, but we're going to keep Sunday holy. That is the Sabbath day. So now, when we got here, and the slave master told us that Sunday was a Sabbath day, and did that automatically make the most important day to black people?
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah. Some people still dressing up. They, how they used to dress up on Sunday to go to church, and people are still dressing up. And I don't know if you have to be dressed up to go to church to get the word. I don't know if you have to have a suit and tie on or not, And they're getting away from that now. People go to church relax nowadays. But there's some churches you couldn't find a deacon that didn't have a suit and tie on.
Absolutely. So the master on the plantation immediately made us get rid of our African ideology by telling us Sunday is the Sabbath day. I'm not going to work you on Sunday. You can have fun with your family. And Sunday became very important to black people. And Pharaoh or Doug, y'all can tell me if I'm right or wrong here. Lincoln, man, what do you think about Hunter Biden, man, going after the Trump family?
I think it's all right. I mean, what's wrong with it? He goes after everybody else. He went after his family.
Right. So we're not going to keep our eyes on Jerusalem. We're going to keep our eyes off of Jerusalem, but we need to keep our eyes on Jared Kushner. Lincoln, I told you, man, to me, I think that dude is the most valuable member that's not a part of that regime, right? And when did he get experience as a peacekeeper?
I wonder that same thing. I don't know. When did he become a negotiator? When did he become part of the State Department? I don't know, but that's Donald Trump. He puts people where they have no experience. He's good at that.
Yeah, like that hex up dude. But listen, Renata, I think that's her name, Renita from Columbia, South Carolina. She called a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And she was telling you about the Harambe fundraiser.
Yes.
Did you send them any money?
No, I didn't. Because I didn't know where to send it. I wouldn't have anyway, but, I mean, what's the money going for? What? A Harambe fundraiser. Are you kidding me?
No, Lincoln, I would automatically, when she got off the phone that day, I said, Lincoln's going to send her some money because Lincoln is a huge Harambe fan.
I am a huge Harambe fan. I am a huge fan of Harambe, and I'm still mourning the death of Harambe.
And I also feel that if you were there that day, he would have never died.
If I was there, I would have jumped in there and snatched that little baby out of there and got him out of the hands of Harambe and brought him back to safety, and Harambe would live today.
Lincoln, that's why you're my hero, man.
Being the brave silverback that he was.
Hey, Lincoln, this Sunday on my show, man, I got a retired Vice Admiral, Nancy LaCour. She's running for congressional seat that Nancy Mace vacated.
Okay.
She's also was fired by Pete Hegseth.
Oh, okay. I can believe that.
Yeah,
he's blocking the promotions of blacks and women in the military. This guy's gone crazy.
And let's not forget he was a major in the National Guards, 1 weekend a month, 2 weekends a year.
Yeah.
He was a major in the National Guard and a Fox News host. And Lincoln, that dude did tell us that if he was confirmed, he would not drink, right?
Yeah, right. That's what he said. Yeah.
With all this activity, do you think he's drinking?
Oh, he's drinking big time. Trust me. He's drinking.
Listen, you know what?
He's just not doing it in public. But I bet you he's got a few Crown Royal bottles in his cabinet there that's half empty. That's for sure.
Okay, well, I got the White House number in my pocket, man, but I'm not going to give it out this time. But the next time I call, and I want everybody to call the White House, ask if he's taking a breathalyzer, and let's get let's get with some of these folks. Lincoln, Ware, have a good weekend, man. I love the number of people that's in walking club. I think if I still had a walking club, I'd probably be about 23 people.
Oh, boy. What happened to your little walking club that you started?
well, the wife got sick, man. And my priority.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
you know. Yeah,
You can't do it without the wife. You can't do it without the wife. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. And, you know, of course, I want to be like you. And I wish I still had that walking club because I'd be almost 300 people, I think.
All right.
But anyway, congratulations, man. And, Sharon, you keep up the good work because I know you really holding that thing down.
Thanks for your call. Unbelievable. 513-749-1230. Lincoln Ware with you. And we might as well go ahead and take a break before we come back and take more of your calls. And let's see, David Whitehead, Rick Jr., and others holding on. 1230, The Buzz.
Looking for a podcast that delves into the intricacies of love and relationships? Look no further than Dear Future Wifey. Whether you're single.
Oh, boy. The little walking club.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I heard you when you said that. I'm like, oh, man.
You knew I was going to get some flack on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
His little radio show.
Yeah.
Little walking
Remember
club.
Big Daddy?
Yeah.
And Big Daddy, everything was little, especially compared to him.
Yeah.
Big Daddy. Yeah. Little radio show, little radio station.
I never met Big Daddy.
Oh, boy. He was a piece of work.
Did you see Joe Sears at the...
Joe Sears was there.
Yeah.
Yes. He's not doing the best, but he was there in a wheelchair. But Joe Sears was there.
I thought that was him. I saw Deanna that used to work here. She was there.
Uh-huh.
And she had a picture with him. I'm like, is that Joe Sears?
Yep.
In the chair?
That was Joe Sears. Yep. That's what happens when you retire.
Oh, boy.
See, that's why I'm afraid to retire, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy, that was disrespectful, Lincoln. Little walking club. Oh, my God. Y'all need to quit. Y'all need to quit. Jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. It was just a joke. My God. Brent have Lincoln throwing coffee to ward off Harambe. Oh, boy. Unbelievable. Yeah, it was good to see Joe Sears, man. Good to see old Joe. Yeah, and what was her name that worked here?
Deanna.
Deanna, yeah. She was there. Yep, she was there.
Yeah, she took photos with a lot of folks. And she worked at CIN too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she was there. I saw Marsha Robinson, Edna Howe.
I saw her.
Let's see who else was there. Gina Ruffin Moore. News that hits you where you live. Sid Kennedy's son was there. Sid Kennedy Jr. Cork's daughter was there, Deonda. And, yeah. Your man Freddie Red was there. Freddie Red. Freddie Red.
Yeah, I saw a lot of folks in the photos. He had his record shirt on there, shirt with the records
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. Freddie Red. Somebody said, what about Raven? Raven never worked at WCIN. Are you kidding me? I don't think she was.
Yeah, well, she was born.
She was in elementary school when CIN was.
Yeah, man.
Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. I tell you.
Remember when Pat Berry was working for Radio 1?
Yeah.
And I was his producer.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh, we back.
.1230 WDBZ. We are the buzz of Cincinnati. Your talk station, Lincoln Ware, on a Friday. The weekend is here. I'll be over at the City Link tomorrow from 12:30 to 2:30, and you need to come by. It's going to be a lot of events taking place, a lot of things going on, and free free food, and they'll have food trucks that you have to pay for, but hot dogs and hamburgers will be free. You'll see me with a hot dog with mustard on it. You'll see me with yes.
Not like a heathen without mustard on it.
Right, there you go.
Those are heathens.
And I'll be taking, please have your camera ready. I can't emphasize that enough. When you walk over, have that camera ready to go. It's just tough standing there. Okay, hold on a minute here. Oh, now I gotta turn it around the other way. Let me turn it around. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, can you take this picture for? Oh boy.
Is this related to a particular age group, Mr. Ware?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Have your grandkids there with you and let them take the picture. Okay, they'll do it very fast. Unbelievable. Free food, give the address, Lincoln. It's at City Link on Bank Street down in the West End. Yes. All right. But, those no handshakes for Lincoln tomorrow, only fist bumps. Yep, remember that, too. Yeah. A lot of people are getting the memo, They're doing the fist bump. A lot of people are getting the memo. Especially if I'm eating hot dogs. I don't want to shake anybody's hand if I'm going to be eating hot dogs down there, okay? So fist bump will be my main priority. Yes. No handshakes tomorrow because I'm eating hot dogs. At the New Jerusalem 100th anniversary, Reverend Damon Lynch Jr. and the folks from New Jerusalem. How about that? I'm sure Damon Lynch III will probably stop in there. I'm sure he'll stop down. When is this fish fry? Is that today? I got to find. I don't want to miss that fish fry over at New Jerusalem. I don't want to miss that. And it's just like, who was it that, I'm not a big Bible scholar, but when they fed people, they only had 2 loaves of bread and a couple of fish or something about, you know what I'm talking about. And they just were able to feed everybody. And that's how it is over at Damon Lynch's church there for that fish fry. And fish fry is today. Okay. They say it is today. All right. Over there at New Prospect. So I got to stop over there, get me some fish, boy. And that ministry that they have, what do you call it? The kitchen ministry or whatever. They are on the case, let me tell you. They work very hard over there. 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Is that what it was? Okay. Thank you, whoever served Church Cincy who said that. All right. Okay, somebody's coming up in the lobby out there. We'll have to check and see who it is. David Whitehead, how are you?
I'm great, Lincoln. I am not going to get on you talking about Jesus and not know what's about feeding people. But that is funny. Please, it's Friday, so I just want to have a little fun for Friday. Please stop talking about that man and his circumcision at 70 years old.
I just can't get that out of my head at 70 years old for him to do that.
Yeah, no, that's funny. But anyway, on a more serious note, Lincoln, the reports came out about the disparity in policing.
Yes.
And there's always questions, as I mentioned before, about the methodology that was used in order to determine what was going on. And regardless of what methodology you're using, the data is the same because it's coming from the contact cards, which were a part of the collaborative agreement.
Yes. But I thought they had pretty much ditched those contact cards. They still use them.
Well, yeah. Well, at one point they ditched them, and then it was refortified that they came back, which is important. So we can look at patterns and practices and make sure that we're doing community-type policing, make sure that we're being fair and equitable, and protect the police as well.
Yeah.
Because once we need to know and make sure that we understand that there are a lot of good police officers out there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's over 1,000 sworn police officers in CPD. They're going to be in any
business, any job, any place you work at, there's going to be somebody that don't do things the way they're supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
And if that is the case, we need to identify, address them, and see if we can repair them, or we need to replace them. And so I don't understand why this would become such a dispute over the methodology or things of that nature. We just need to figure out how we can work collectively together to make sure we have the best police force that provides public safety in the country.
Now, I question the timing of all this. I don't know. I'm kind of leery of why all this is coming out right now, a month before the Cincinnati Music Festival, 5 weeks away from the Omega Sci-Fi convention in town, and a lot of things. So I'm questioning the timing of all this.
Yeah, well, that's a mixed bag, Lincoln, because I know that there was a push to make sure the public was aware of how the information was to be shared, how the information, you could take the information and what you can do with it on the next steps. And then the other factor is when the report was completed. So if the report is completed and you want to get it out to the community, that's kind of what the time. I don't think I hope there wasn't a malicious intent in order to get it out. But even whatever the timing is, this is probably not surprising to people because we get complaints. The Citizen Complaint Authority gets complaints.
Yeah, you're right.
So there's been complaints out there. This is not new.
It's been going on for years. Yeah, for years and years, yes. So it's not a surprise.
The data just supports some of those findings.
Yes.
Some of those complaints. So, we just have to work collectively between community organizations, between the city, between law enforcement. Everybody has to just get on the same page of trying to improve stuff, opposed to fighting with one another. We're not looking for a fight. We're looking for improvement, making things better for our community.
All right.
And,
David Whitehead, president of the local chapter NAACP, thanks for your call. And I'm looking on YouTube here. It says, James Muhammad says, we can police ourselves. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yes. Okay, James Muhammad, whatever. All right. 513-749-1230. I've got one more call, and then I've got guests coming in the studio from the CSO and talk about some things going on in the community. They're bringing the orchestra to you, to a neighborhood near you. Yes, it's coming. The whole orchestra, it's coming. And we'll tell you all about that in a few minutes. Let's go to Curtis Wells. Ponytail Wells, how are you?
I'm well, Mr. Ware. I don't concur with Mr. Whitehead about his commentary, and I'm not going to hang on it. But I'll deal with that otherwise. Lincoln, do you know who Oliver Kroner is?
No, tell us. I know you're going to tell us. So
I'm just asking. Don't fall out. I just asked you know who he is.
No, why don't you just say this guy named Alan Kroner? He does this instead of Oliver, whatever. Just tell us who he is.
It's not what. Wait. Why you get so bent out of shape when we having the people?
Because I know where our conversations go. But let's just go ahead and start. Continue.
Okay. Do you know who Miss Regina Wallace-Jones is?
Oh, my God. Stop asking me all these unknown people. No, I don't know. Tell us. Just tell us who they are.
You know what's interesting? You say you don't know them, but Mr. Whitehead knows who these people are. And the people in the Democratic Party know they are. Why did you say nobody knows these people? They do nothing. Miss Regina Wallace-Jones is the CEO of Ag Blue.
Okay, and what? What about her? Just tell us about her. You're throwing out her name.
Wait. No,
you see
why you act like she's not? Hold on a second. The woman she filed a Fifth Amendment repeatedly about foreign money going into Ag Blue. Ag Blue is a Democratic shield.
Oh my God!
We know it is.
And
hold on a second.
Really, we're really interested in knowing that today.
No, wait. $38 billion coming into U.S. elections. You go why we have these people? The woman out there in California was a China operative. They had a China.
Yes, they did. Right.
Going on in New York.
Right, and they caught her, and she's been arrested, I believe, or fired or something. They did something with her.
Mr. Ware, for Mr. Whitehead, Oliver Kroner
is the city's director of Office of Environment Sustainability.
I'm supposed to know that.
Wait a minute. He just released a report this week under the Long administration, first of all, trying to justify having more housing because illegal aliens are going to migrate to Cincinnati because of climate. And it's talking about we need more housing by 2050 because more illegal aliens, not migrants, are going to come to Cincinnati because of a climate change south of the border. This is policy that's being discussed. And when I bring it up, oh, you're crazy, it's not existing.
Well,
so
we need to worry about housing today, right now, not 50 years from now. We need to worry about more housing now.
Mr. Ware, you saying that to me, but the people you support are putting it to the top.
Oh, boy.
Ms. Holmes, Torval. Wait, hold on a second.
How do you know who I support? You don't know who I support.
Mr. Ware, how many times will they come on this platform? I'm going to give you a good example. The same way Mike McCoy and Pharaoh are beefing. It was Mike that called out Pharaoh about the fake Muhammad Ali Bruce Lee fight. Say, Pharaoh, I want to hear from you. Pharaoh responds and says, well, Mike, I thought I saw an AI fight between you and your wife.
Right.
And Mike goes like, man, leave my wife out of it. I'm like, wait a minute. Mike, you sort of started that with Pharaoh.
Okay, thanks for your call. What did that have to do with anything? Anything that we have talked about today? He's going to California talking about the woman working for the Chinese and the state of California. Anyway, we got to take a break and come back and talk about some real stuff. Yeah, some real things that are going on in the community. And when we return, 12:30, The Buzz.
1230 The Buzz wants you to buy Black 513. Black Americans have over $1 trillion in spending power. We encourage you to buy black, not just one day, but every day, 365, 24/7. Go to thebuzzcincy.com and check out our Buy Black 513 page, where you can view a directory of black businesses right here in the 513. All black business owners, we're looking for you. Get featured right now. Go to thebuzzcincy.com and click on the Buy Black 513 banner to find out how you can be featured and expand your reach over the air and the internet. Let's buy Black 513. 1230 The Buzz.
It's Black Music Month and Juneteenth is almost here. Celebrate the sounds, the stories, and the legacy of black music right here in Cincinnati at the Downtown Main Library. Come down on Wednesday, June 17th at 1 p.m. for a special Black Music Walk of Fame celebration featuring exhibit highlights, appearances by inductees, and local music influencers. Come explore Cincinnati's rich black music history up close. Enjoy music from celebrity DJ Don Juan Pachot and grab a limited edition poster while supplies last. Plus, sign up for your free library card and get ready for Camp Read, this year's summer reading program for kids and teens. It's all happening at the Downtown Main Library on Wednesday, June 17th at 1 p.m. Come learn more at chpl.org. chpl.org. That's chpl.org.
For 100 years, New Jerusalem Baptist Church has been a beacon of faith, service, and community in Cincinnati. As part of their centennial celebration, you're invited to a free community day, open to the public, on Saturday, June 13th from noon to 5 p.m. at the City Link Center. Enjoy giveaways, family activities, live ministry performances, food trucks, local vendors, health screenings, and wellness resources with our partners from Healthcare Connection, plus healthy cooking demonstrations, and the State of the Black Church Pastor Panel at 2 p.m. And the Buzz will be there live too, live on location from 12:30 to 2:30. That's the City Link Center located at 800 Bank Street in Cincinnati's West End. Come celebrate 100 years of faith, legacy, and impact with the New Jerusalem Baptist Church. This event is open to the public and admission is free. Saturday, June 13th from noon to 5 at the City Link Center. Go to newjerusalembc.org for more information. That's newjerusalembc.org for more information. See you there.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Hey, Lincoln Ware here, and I'm here to tell you about the Dukesters Old School Social this and every Friday evening from 7 until 11. It's free, and you can join spade players, Tunk, or Bid Whisk. It's a BYOB with free parking and free setups and food specials all night. Plus the best old school in the city, just like the old days. And whatever you do, don't forget to bring your dancing shoes because I'm sure before the night is over, you're going to want to bust the move. And don't forget you can have a free birthday party during our social night. Or network your business and meet and greet some new friends and be ready to have a ball. So tell your friends to meet you at the Dukester every Friday evening. That's right, we are turning it back to the old school at the Dukester, located at 7733 Reading Road. Call the Dukester to order now at 761-2300. That's 513-761-2300.
1230 The Buzz. Streaming live on your computer. Log on to thebuzzcincy.com.
WDBZ, the Buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. Lincoln Ware with you till 1 o'clock this afternoon as we try to get the camera. We getting permanent stands for these cameras, but we don't have them yet. So until we get them, they got me playing the cameraman. All right, in the studio with me, none other than Harold Brown with the CSO. And, boy, the Brady block parties have already started, and they're getting rave reviews. You've already had one last Thursday, June 4th, at the, where was that one at?
That was on the Banks at the Icon Music Center.
Okay, yeah. All right. And then the next one will be when tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night in Evanston.
At the Evanston Playground, right there off of Dana on Evanston Avenue, right next to the Cincinnati Public Radio building.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a nice spot there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been there before.
You guys pack up the big truck and bring the entire orchestra out there, and it's just like you're at Music Hall.
Yeah, it's a big production. We actually have a company that works with us. They build a stage for the orchestra, and all 70, 80 members of the orchestra will be there. It's a full-blown concert. But then before that, at 6:30, there's the block party, where we have all these vendors, food vendors. There's like a petting zoo and information booths like sickle cell and some other information booths. Games for kids, popcorn, and everything's free. We give out vouchers for the food vendors. So the first, I think, 500 or 600 people get free food. So from 6:30 to 8 is all of those activities for the whole family. And then at 8 o'clock, the orchestra does a full-blown concert with a variety of different kinds of music for about an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, man. And you go throughout the Cincinnati area. Like I said, tomorrow you'll be in Evanston. Then on June 21st, that's on a Sunday, you'll be in the West End of the Ezra Charles Park.
That's right. Father's Day.
Father's Day, okay. Then on Sunday, June 28th, you'll be in Madisonville at the Madisonville Recreation Center.
We've not been to Madisonville before with this concert, so it's my first time there, yeah.
And then the big one is Friday, July 17th, out at the Woodlawn Lincoln Heights Community Center right there in Woodlawn. And that's always a great place. And that's when I will be a guest conductor.
That's right. You were going to do this a couple of years ago, but we got rained out. But this year, there's a song that Lincoln is going to conduct to make his conducting debut, so you don't want to miss that. Again, that's Friday night, July 17th, the block party at 6:30, the concert at 8. Yes. There at Woodlawn Recreation Center Fields.
Yeah, the Brady block parties, Woodlawn Community Center Fields, and it's always a great time out there. Like you say, you have the vendors out there, you have food and everything, and you bring the whole entire orchestra, and it's just a great time.
Yeah, it's we know that a lot of people don't want to come down or can't come down to Music Hall during the course of the year, so this is a way to take great music. The CSO is a real gem for our community. So to take them out and so folks can hear them for the first time, it's free, accessible. Bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, and again, you try to make it as accessible and as easy for folks. And we do 5, and so there's 4 of them left. And so make one, make them all. Like I said before, we're really pleased to go to Madisonville for the first time. We've been to Evanston before, but not to this location. So all of these are big open spaces, there's space for kids to run around, play games. Romac will be there, so they can make T-shirts and
And this is not like a 4-piece band.
No. It's the full orchestra.
You bring the full orchestra.
That's why we have to build a stage to hold.
Yeah, right. You
70,
build a big stage, and have a big stage there, and you have all kind. It's the whole. It's the full. It's the real deal, folks. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and then we got the name Brady from there's a former Western Hills High School music and band teacher who always believed in getting music out into the community and making it free and accessible. And so there's an anonymous family who wanted to honor him by funding these concerts. So that's why we're able to take them out, because it's a big production for us.
That's what I know. It has to cost a lot to get all that. You got the big 18-wheeler truck out there with all the stuff.
Exactly. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. So
but we're happy to do it. And again, the feedback we get is so great. As I said before, many of the folks, this is their first time hearing the orchestra. And you can come out and relax. By that time of evening, 8 o'clock, it's usually a little cooler. So it's a good time for everybody. So please, if you don't have other plans, join us for one or all 4 of these concerts.
And great locations: Evanston, Ezra Charles Park in the West End. You're in Madisonville at the Madisonville Recreation Center. Then you're out in Woodlawn for that on the 17th. So you're all over the city. And
we try to get some local talent involved too. So, for example, tomorrow night, some may know the saxophonist named Rick Van Meyer. Rick Van Meyer is going to be performing with the orchestra. There's a wonderful soloist named Michael Priestley. Some people know him. He's going to be at the Ezra Charles West End BBP on Father's Day. Of course, Lincoln is going to help conduct on the Woodlawn one. So we try to involve local talent. Sometimes we have the Q Kids. I think they may be coming again to West End. And, so we try to involve local talents as well to share in to some great music.
All right, so I'm going to need all my people out there on YouTube and out there listening on 1230 The Buzz to come out on Friday, July 17th and watch my debut leading the CSO. I mean, how many people can say that?
I know. I certainly can. I'm envious. And if you didn't get all this information, you can go to cincinnati-symphony.org/Brady Block Parties.
Yes.
And there's all this information, the locations, the addresses, times, and everything. So.
And what about Boys to Men?
Yeah, so this fall, we have some exciting concerts coming up. Wynton Marsalis is going to open the season for us. Or actually, I think he's in October. October 1st through the 3rd. Wynton Marsalis is going to do a 3-night event with us. This is his final year of touring with the Jazz at Lincoln Center group. So there's 3 programs there. But Boys to Men will be here. What's that exact date?
Let's see. I think it's
September 7th. It's in September, I believe.
We're
getting it for you. But Boys to Men will be here, a special concert. Playing with the orchestra.
And
we know how good they are, so that's
man.
a nice, So.
Anytime you bring that type of talent in to sing with the orchestra, it just changes.
I totally agree.
It just changes everything.
And the name of the game now in music is collaboration. We've had Common with the orchestra, we've had Nas with the orchestra. So just adds a lot of power and a lot of.
And then you did the Whitney Houston, and you did her voice a cappella with the orchestra.
That was a great program. I hope we can bring that back. That was one of our most highly successful events where they put her clips and comments and interviews and singing on video and with sound with our orchestra playing the music. It was unbelievable. There were tears and dancing. I hope we can bring that back. But again, that's what we're trying to do. We want to make sure there's something for everybody, no matter your taste, no matter what your background is. There should be something or some things for you, and we're trying to be relevant to the entire community.
And there's a guy that's traveling around that's doing Nat King Cole. So I might want to turn you on to him and maybe get him in here. So they say he's doing playing for large audiences with Nat King Cole. What was the date of the Boys and Men?
Wednesday, September 16th.
I was almost there. Wednesday, September 16th at Music Hall, Boys to Men. Tickets are on sale now at the CincinnatiSymphony.org box office.
So that's going to sound great.
One other thing we do too, there's something called a mashup where we take the orchestra and put it together with lyrics from other singers. So a few years ago we did Tupac and Biggie. We had rappers, and the orchestra was playing a symphony in the background that kind of synced it together. Last year we did that with Beyonce. This year, we've got Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, okay.
I think that's in January. The orchestra with folks singing his music. It won't be him, but it'll be singing his music. We call it a mashup. Again, the name of the game is collaborations. Folks are bringing it together.
That's the new thing now, folks. The new thing, and it's going well. I tell you, anything. I like the soul classics. Aretha Franklin and stuff like that. And they had big orchestras on their soul songs back in the day. You know, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman and all that stuff. They had the violins and the whole bit, and they don't do that stuff anymore.
I know.
You know?
Some gospel does, like Richard Smallwood and people like that. But by the way, Classical Roots again this year in April, where we have the 120-voice choir with the orchestra. That'll be, look forward to that in April. We've already started planning that. I can't tell you exactly what it's going to be at this point, but that's always a great program in April, Classical Roots. So,
all right,
check us out.
What's the website where people can go and get all the locations and everything they need?
CincinnatiSymphony.org.
CincinnatiSymphony.org. Go to that website. They'll give you all the locations of the Brady block parties, and especially the one on Friday, July 17th. Write that down. I want all my YouTube folks out there. I want you to come and check me out.
Absolutely.
And, somebody has a question for you. Too Sweet, you have a question?
Hey, Link, question for your guest. How often do job opportunities come up for musicians in the orchestra?
Very rarely, actually. That's one of the interesting things. We're considered one of the top orchestras in the country, so the jobs are few and far between. And I'll just tell you, for example, I went to a retirement party for 2 or 3 musicians recently. 51 years, 47 years, 30. They don't leave very often. Yeah. So, and when they do, there's a huge demand in terms of the musicians. And and there's a big audition process. But unfortunately, there's not a lot of, fortunately.
Are you at liberty to say what their salary is? Because I'm hearing somewhere around $80,000 or more for musicians in orchestra.
It depends how long they've been around, their seniority, their position, if they're a principal musician or an assistant principal. So it just depends. But the longer they've been there, obviously, the more money they make.
And they just signed a new contract last year, I believe.
A new CBA. Yeah, we're considered one of the leaders. But they make a good living. But the other thing is the flexibility in their schedule allows many of them to teach or tutor or even play in other ensembles.
Okay.
So it's so those that love music can figure out how to do some other things in addition to playing with our orchestra. But our orchestra now is a full-time orchestra, 52 weeks.
Is it a part-time gig or all year round gig?
We're a 52-week orchestra. So the only time that they really are off for any extended period is the month of August. Really? But because not only do we have our season from September to May, but they play for the May Festival. They now play for the opera, which is starting now, the opera season over a couple of weeks. And then these summer Brady block parties, so there's really no extended break except in August. So they're year round, and like I said, many of them have found ways to do other things. Many of them tutor kids and work in the schools. It's quite an interesting role that they play.
Final question: so when job opportunities do come up, where does one look? Where's that posted at, all that kind of thing?
Well, on our website will be sort of staff positions and musician positions. You can look on our website and under, I don't know if it's called careers or something like that, the usual way that you would find a job opening. We keep that pretty active.
Lincoln, that's the best kept secret, man. The dough that they make, man, it's the best kept secret.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Hey, thanks for your call. All right, there you have it. But don't forget, folks, the CSO Brady block parties coming up tomorrow out in Evanston. So make sure you check it out. 6:30 is when it starts.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Harold, for joining me.
Always appreciate being with you.
All right. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back. 12:30, The Buzz.
Every weekday, 12:30 The Buzz has you covered. Let's go! With new entertainment and information. Starting at 6 a.m., set your alarm for Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell.
What's going on, Cincinnati? This is Erica Campbell.
Followed by The Lincoln Ware Show from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Hey, this is Lincoln Ware. Join me for The Lincoln Ware Show.
Then it's Keeping It Real.
With me, Reverend Al Sharpton.
From 1 till 4 p.m. News, entertainment, and information. We've got it all right here on 1230 The Buzz.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion.
All right.
So I was telling you about Pat Berry when he used to work here.
Yeah.
He had a weather report for every break he did. Lincoln, I kid you not. He'll play a song, and then, all right, coming up, we got 70-degree weather today. There might be a little wrinkle, rain a little bit, then they go back to another song. And then after that one song plays, he's back to another weather report.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not lying.
Boy.
That's how he did his show.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was short-lived, but it's very understood why.
Yes.
I think we had was it Mojo Jammin' Oldies or something back
Yeah,
then?
Mojo.
Yeah.
Mojo. Yep.
Well, we had two Mojos. One with R&B, but the first one, I think, was Jammin' Oldies, I think.
Yeah. Mojo.
Mojo.
Minimum base salary for a person in the orchestra, $122,000. Yeah, they just signed a contract last year, a new contract. They do pretty good. And I will be conducting them.
Lincoln will be waving the hot dog in one hand and the Crown Royal in the other. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I might have to be there to check that out.
Yeah, come check that out.
I may have to
July
come out of
17th.
my shell.
July 17th.
I might have to come out of my shell and go check that out.
Yes. Woodline. That maybe Miss Nettie can make it because it's close to Lincoln Heights.
Okay, well, maybe I'll stay inside.
Maybe a Frog and Miss Nettie can hop on over.
Yeah. Her and her good friend. We just friends. Yeah, right. Let's see what Frog has to say about that.
Yes.
Frog said, you weren't saying that last night.
Harold Brown looks like he could be Terrence Howard's brother. Harold is a great guy. He look like he could be your brother, Terrence? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I even have to practice, and I think it's in the afternoon, but I have to practice with the orchestra. So that's going to be scary.
Oh, well, you need to do that. I think you have to do that.
Yes.
I think the scary part would actually be the actual concert, not the practicing.
The practice would be scary for me, you know.
Nah.
Yeah, this is one thing I am nervous about. I will tell y'all that. I am, I don't get too nervous about a whole lot of things. I mean, I've been on CNN and, all those shows before, but this actually scares me. .30 WDBZ, the buzz of Cincinnati, your talk station. I was talking to Terrence Howard about the July 17th Woodlawn, Lincoln Heights, CSO Brady block party. And maybe Miss Nettie can show up because it's out near Lincoln Heights. Maybe they can get over there and watch me. But I am nervous about this. I will tell you this. I don't get real nervous about a whole lot of things. But this right here, I'm kind of nervous about it. I will be nervous, folks. Yeah, I won't admit that a whole lot.
I don't think you should be, Mr. Ware.
This has me a little shaky.
I think they're going to prepare you good and well.
I'm in uncharted territory for Lincoln Ware.
Just bring your little bottle in your back pocket.
And I got to remember, I can't drop the stick. Somebody mentioned that. Now I got that to worry about. Oh, boy. See, I wasn't worried about that until now. Somebody brought that up. Don't drop the stick. Oh, my God. I can only imagine. If I did that, I don't know what I would do. Oh, boy.
Pick it up and keep going, Mr. Ware. Keep going.
Oh, man. I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. All right, let's go to my good friend Doug Springs. How you doing, Doug?
Fine, Lincoln. I'll be there to cheer you on, man.
Okay, all right. All right, Doug. I know you'll be there. You're everywhere.
Yes, sir. First, I'd like to say, for those who understand and appreciate where we at in America, I fully support Elizabeth Tye run for judgeship, and I would wish that more of us would come out and support Sister Elizabeth Tye. My second thing, Lincoln, Pharaoh and TC, both of them play good music. It's just a matter of opinion on who's the best or who's not. Everybody has an opinion. So I just wish those brothers the best of luck in doing what they do, because they love to play old music, and I love to hear it, and I respect and think both of them are great.
Yes.
great players of music. And then my last thing, Lincoln, a question for you. There was a old record. It was called "We're Winner" by Curtis Mayfield.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to play that, but in the first sentence, they talk about, don't let a feeble mind get in your way.
Yes.
Lincoln, do you think we as a people here in Cincinnati, I won't take it around America, but here in Cincinnati, do you think that we're moving up as a people?
Sometimes I do, and then sometimes I don't. I don't know. When you look at the stats on home ownership, when you look at the police report they just released and all that stuff, and then you think, are we getting anywhere?
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's how I see it. And I just wish people would understand that we have a lot of power in our hands, and if we use it collectively, not individually, but collectively, if we would use that power that we have, and voting is one of those aspects of power, then we can improve much better than what's going on right now. I know that there's a lot of killings and shooting and us fighting each other and hurting each other. I don't think we can control that, but we will have a lot to say so in that what's going on now. We could change a lot of it. So that's all I want to say, Lincoln. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Hey, all right, Doug. Don't forget Glenwood Gardens.
Glenwood Gardens off of
Springdale, right behind that McDonald's.
All right, I'll be there, brother.
Okay,
see you then.
I'll look for you. All right, that's Doug Springs, and he's always out and about everywhere. He's at all the health fairs and this and that. He gets around, and he says he'll be there to support me on July 17th. When I would need everybody's support, because I'm going to be so nervous. Man, I get nervous thinking about it. All right, let's go to, Too Sweet is back.
Hey, Nick, would you say that was the worst freaking coaching job by the San Antonio coach the other day?
Yes.
That was pitiful.
Yeah. That was kind of tough. See, they didn't stop. They should have just kept throwing the ball down inside instead of taking all those threes.
Did I tell you that earlier this week?
Missing those. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
But they could tell me why they up 20-plus points. Why is the big man out there? Why ain't he resting for that last 5-minute run?
Yeah. I don't know.
That was. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. That was worse than when you remember when Buffalo, when Warren Moon was up on Houston was up on Buffalo, 38-35 to nothing at loss.
I remember that. Yes.
It reminded me of that kind of game, man. How the hell you blow that game?
And you could see it. They would go down and they would miss a three, and then New York would come back and score.
Yep.
Go right back down, miss a three, New York come back down and score. You could just see it.
I just don't know if they can recover from. They're young, but I just don't know if they can recover from that, man.
I don't know.
It's pretty sad, Lee.
But yeah, they needed to stop those threes and just take up some time underneath, get fouled, let them foul you down there. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we ever seen another game like that ever in history. Like a 29 points, 27-point blow. It's just insane.
Yeah, insane. All right.
Good phone, Lee.
Too Sweet, thanks for your call. Well, he can call back if he called to talk to a guest. That doesn't count as a regular call. Okay? Somebody said, how is he back? That's Too Sweet. He was talking CSO job questions. What? I don't know what they're saying. But anyway, let's go to Iris Rowley at the very end of the show. And,
I'm so sorry.
Iris, what do you think about this latest report?
Oh, well, Lincoln, this is the data that I was trying to talk about since February. As a public defender commissioner, I did receive the raw data, but let me just not go through the minutia of why I'm, a little disappointed in the process. Because we fought for 25 years to get a process. I wanted this to be out earlier so that we could save black lives, so that we can stop and rebuild what is wrong and why are we seeing this amount of numbers. I do know that I am grateful for what Campaign Zero did. Campaign Zero came to Cincinnati during 2020, and I worked directly with them, and the police worked directly with them to change some policies, and that was around 8 Can't Wait. And we did that in a way where it wasn't so burdensome on the community. When you drop this magnitude of data without proper context and educating people, and it is hard to collect this data, aggregate it, and have a report that makes sense. There are no recommendations, and I have, major respect for D-Ray and what they do. So I'm welcoming the other report that will be done by the city. CBUF and the Collaborative Foundation will be doing our own analysis, as we have done over the past 25 years. We have been, banging and screaming and hollering about data transparency and monitoring it. We have the receipts to show for it. I think this is an opportunity to get at what is the root causes of this.
Yes.
And I think that everybody is willing to do it. I know when I raised my concerns with the city and CPD in February, when I got the raw data, I didn't get the report. I didn't participate in any of the conversations. I wasn't invited into those rooms, which is troubling.
All right.
For the Cincinnati Black United Front and myself.
I'm out of
We'll
time.
talk more on Monday. I'm going to send out the release.
Okay.
Thank you, Lincoln.
Thanks for your call. It's Iris Rowley. She called at the last minute. Didn't get a chance to get all the details, but there you go. That's going to wrap it up for me. Don't forget Sunday Soul Classics, 3 to 7 on 100.3. Cincinnati Issues, Sunday morning, 6:30 on Star 64. I'll be back right here Monday morning, 10 a.m. on 12:30, The Buzz. I don't live in Wyoming. I was just over in the area as they are setting up for tonight. Okay, who was that? You talking about setting up for tomorrow night in Evanston? The CSO? Yes. I'm going to need all your support on the 17th. Maybe we can get Terrence Howard to make a guest appearance. How about that? For the 17th, for my debut leading the orchestra, maybe you can make a guest appearance out there to see people, to meet people.
You need the confidence of the real Terrence Howard there.
Yeah. If I know you there, I won't be so nervous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna stand up and say, "You can do it."
Yeah, right. Yeah, they broke in 50 cars last night up in Mount Adams. Yeah. Oh, the Juneteenth celebration in Wyoming tonight. Okay, I remember the last Juneteenth they had in Wyoming, and it didn't turn out so well. So hopefully they got things in order for the next event out there in Wyoming. Yes. Lincoln won't drop the conductor's baton if he just focuses on Elias' circumcision. Terrence Howard needs to mingle with his brethren. Yes.
No.
What do you mean, what an embarrassment? What are you talking about, White Lion? How do you know who broke in the cars? Do they have video of blacks breaking in the cars?
50 cars in one night, man.
Yeah, up in Mount Adams. Yep, 50 cars.
I mean, geez.
That's doing some stuff, isn't it? And how nobody saw this stuff and could call the police. It said somebody's breaking in cars up here. You know, it had to be 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. And you know they were looking for guns. Why is Terrence so antisocial?
Antisocial is a mental illness. I'm not I'm just introverted. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Antisocial, that's on a different level. You need mental help for that.
after what happened there last year, that might be why they're doing it a week early and in a different location. Sounds like a security issue on Mount Adams. White Line knows who's done it. He's part of it. Okay. Okay, it was in Woodline, not Wyoming. Okay. They don't report white crimes like they do black crimes. Who else will be on your show on Sunday morning? Let's see. Oh, the Drifters. This organization, nonprofit organization, and we got some Cincinnati Red stuff. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's see what it is.
One of the perks of... He made you get out of your chair. How dare he?
How dare he? Could have threw it in the chair. I mean, he handed it to me. He just threw it over in the chair.
Maybe he thought you were still on the air.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did. Okay. Jeez.
Made you get up out of your seat.
Andrew Abbott is what I got. The Andrew Abbott bobblehead. Okay. There we go. Andrew Abbott. Cincinnati Reds bobblehead. They're giving that away this weekend, I guess. Yes. All right. He just, he's marrying the young lady from Channel 5. Yes. All right.
Yeah, you need to look up what antisocial personality disorder is. Whoever keeps saying that it's the same thing as being an introvert is not.
They say it's not a mental illness anymore.
Anymore.
Yeah. That's what they say. Antisocial is not a mental illness anymore than being an introvert. Okay.
No, it's not.
So there you go.
People with antisocial personality disorder often disregard societal norms, lie, act aggressively, and show a profound lack of guilt for their actions. That is not me. Being an introvert means it's just a transference of energy. That's all it is. Like Lincoln is an extrovert. He gets energy from people. When he's around people, he gets energy from people.
I do.
Me, when I'm around people, they take energy from me. We're the total opposites.
They just drain the energy out of you.
That's what happens.
Oh, boy. Unbelievable.
It's draining to be around people that interact with me. That's why I'm in.
Now, this is crazy. If this is true, they said they started breaking in cars around 1 o'clock in the morning, and they did call police, and it took 42 minutes for the police to get there.
Oh, 42 minutes.
If that's true, that's crazy.
Man.
That is absolutely insane. That is insane. The Reds, they normally buy advertising here. The Bengals, no, not so much. Bengals, they don't do anything. And if they were black in that area, police would have been called, so more likely the perps were white. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Terrence is a YouTube therapist now.
Hey, I read what I saw online. I'm not a antisocial personality disorder professor or anything. I just looked it up real quick.
Jerica says that is definitely Terrence. His creepiness is a disregard for social norms.
Oh, best friend. You hurt my feelings, best friend.
Oh, what were the police doing for that 42 minutes? I have no idea. I don't even know whether that's true or not. I don't know if that's true or not.
Here's another one. Frequent physical fights or assaults. When have you ever heard me being in a fight, Mr. Ware?
Never.
Disregard for the safety of oneself or others. Recklessness. Does that mean, Mr. Ware?
Never. No.
Let's see. Deceitfulness. Repeated lying. Conning others or using aliases for personal profit or pleasure.
That sounds like Ponytail Wells. Unbelievable. All right, folks, I'm getting ready to get out of here. Have yourself a great weekend, and we will see you when we see you, which will be Monday. All right. It's true. It was on Channel 5 News this morning. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. By the way, that reminds me, I got to call the chief and see if I can get the chief in here one day next week. I would do that as soon as we sign off. That's my extra work for the day. My homework. That's my homework. All right, folks. Oh, don't forget tomorrow, City Link. Come by to City Link tomorrow, 12:30 to 2:30. I'll be there live. Come on down, get some free food and all the festivities, all the services that'll be available. So we'll see you tomorrow. City Link on Bank Street, William Mallory Senior Street, or whatever they changed it to. Okay, I'm out.